Plays 4 players. Once one of you leaves, immediately Griselda's gonna join in.
Damn, beat me to it. Fuck.
Hey, I was
You
also
beat me
thinking
to it.
about it. I was also thinking about it.
Uh-oh.
You beat me to it, bro.
Well, I tried.
And I was
I'm still
feeling
not
very
awake
much.
enough to do actions very fast.
Me neither.
Well, think fast, because got so
4 monitors, bitches.
4
I don't have to
monitors.
I don't have to be awake or think fast. I have screen real estate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, just
Screen
imagine.
estate.
I just imagine that 3 monitors actually have desktops. The 4th monitor oversees the 3 monitors.
I'm gonna show you a picture of all my bullshit clutter.
Oh boy.
And instead 3 monitors to check the stock market.
One is for video games, the other is for funny cat videos, and another is for the stocks.
And then porn.
You said it, not me.
One kind of annoying issue that I have is that my video card is only capable of supporting 4 outputs, but I have 6 things plugged into my computer.
Oh
So I
yeah.
have to manage like 2 things. Like the TV, I had it, the HDMI splitter on, so it was trying to send the 5th thing. So when I turned on my 4th monitor, nothing happened. Projectors also on the HDMI splitter deal.
So also, Hodart, did you decide on the color? You can decide later. You can decide later.
We can do that later.
So welcome to
I should
seventh
probably-
session, the first session of the year. Wow, it's been a year. Kill me. Yeah.
So how do I change the name?
Oh my god, who? Oh god, you're playing Project Zombie, don't you?
Oh, edit server profile.
Well,
Oh,
I'm not doing much. This person's mother hen, so they're just sorting. You can see the state of disrepair in that picture. This place is a fucking mess.
yeah. I mean, it's not gonna be super bad of a session today. Nothing extreme is gonna happen, right? Right?
I'm sure this won't be a very emotionally loaded session.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where everybody just fucking breaks down mentally as the PCs and as the players.
I have already begun.
Oh god.
And it begins.
Give me a second, I just need to remember what's...
Yes, let the hate flow through you. I can feel your
anger.
Strike me down.
Do it.
Do it.
Okay. So, question. Is everybody ready then? Because I guess we can begin. Free, you
Are
there?
you ready for this?
Everybody knows exactly what the fuck is up.
Yeah.
Okay, so last we fucking left off, you, Free, almost single-handedly ended the fate of the local were-rat population. Quirk went to a casino and won fucking big, and additionally made a contact with a fellow named Knives, who's in charge of the free people of Shugmar City. And let's just say, not much really happened besides all of you having a dream at night of things to come potentially, as the entire city was just decimated, covered in ash. And you ventured into Priest's home and figured out that there were a bunch of ash corpses on the bedding on the second floor. On the third floor, a bunch of marble stones that Free is very familiar in. At the very top was a marble statue of Mary, Free's wife, with a bunch of ruby decorations, if you will. As it came to life, Ira betrayed Griselda by stabbing it in the back, and Quirk decided to investigate while Free had this one-on-one conversation. And Quirk surmised that something is wrong with Free's home. The temple saloon guided you here, but didn't give you specifics or the answer besides the insane amount of magic coming from the shattered walls, which you tried to just jump in, only to jump in real life as you just kind of jumped off the bed and just hit your head first into the floor. Additionally, Quirk with the Lester, you don't know what the fuck the cane does, but it made you youthful by some chance, maybe? And now it wants you to pray to a goddess you're not even keen on praying. So, last we left off, all of you eventually basically went for Free's home to basically investigate as soon as possible. Had a discussion with Mary before Mary stormed off, because apparently she recognized someone when you recounted the tale of your dream. And Free, you contacted Father. Father told you to keep an eye on Mary, but Mary is nowhere to be seen. So, with that being said, and done, hey, with that being said and done, time is up. As let's start with the. Oh God, it says it's limited. Yeah, I don't believe you. I just copy and paste again. Hell yeah! Just spam it a few times and it's gonna work. So, Hodart, you're up. We start the session from you. As you were told where to go down the mountain on this unfamiliar slope. It's a soft light drizzle and mostly harsh winds echoing and pushing you around. What are you gonna do?
No more, just fly down.
Okay.
You know? Head in the direction I was told to.
Okay. Takes you about a minute of just flying until you spot with your passive perception a tall entity of stone that is moving. A golem of quartz, if you will, as it's tending this very nice garden outside. Despite the harsh weather conditions and the harsh winds, he is completely unfazed. As all the rest of you hear the golem Free speak out and kind of not yell, but just kind of loudly say, "Unidentified guest arriving."
Guys, how's that thought? We have company. I'm gonna go towards the door to just peek, you know?
Yeah. Elsie, Horror, you're making your way. The golem just kind of waves you. Just greetings.
Yes?
Hello.
Hi.
Who are you? Never seen your kind before.
Yes, well, I'm not exactly from around here. I've been pointed in this direction by an individual, and I'm here to
And
See a
by this point, you basically see, Free, as you exit out, you see
I'm
quartz.
peeking out the door.
Yeah, you basically see your golem companion just speaking with this owl humanoid creature.
From the back, can I tell he's an owl?
Cause he looks like a human besides the fact that he has the wings, the head, and the talons of an owl.
Some kind of Arakocra. Strange. I would actually exit out, walking towards them.
I I notice.
Yeah, you would.
Are you are you behind me?
No, I would say she would be to your left.
To the left?
Yeah, as you're talking
Just
to the
about-
golem, just to your slight left, you see the door open in the Harpy.
Use those big eyes.
Ah, yes, I'm here to see this one. Here, I've been given information that will apparently help.
What? Information on?
Well, he wasn't exactly descriptive upon it, but I do know that it has to do with a particular prophecy involving a Harpy.
I grab him by the chain shirt, and I just, come on, in you go.
Oh,
And I
oh,
hit the
okay.
golem with a
As you go inside, you just see the fucking quartz golem just kind of wave you goodbye as you walk inside. Ah,
You better not be jesting me. Today's not a right day for that.
Oh, I assure you, I wouldn't be over here if it wasn't important. Especially since the fellow who sent me here was quite adamant that I see you about this.
Alright. I just go through the door.
uh-huh.
Alright, this one has information on this subject, apparently. See him out.
Oh,
What?
yeah. Hello. Oh, guess I should introduce myself. My name is Hodar. I'm not exactly sure where I am or which plane I'm on. Since I was just a few minutes ago, I was literally in the Feywild. But here we go. I'm gonna reach into my bag and grab the book that I had previously found. We had previously found the prophecy and turn to the page too.
Yeah. It's less of a book, more like a singular scroll.
Oh yeah, the scroll.
Yeah. So, as you put it on the table, and Bree, you recognize immediately the familiar features of a storm giant at the very beginning. As your familiar storm giant that you were once quite how to say this,
In contact
friendly.
with?
Yeah. As you see him getting torn limb to limb, and a singular golden necklace thing drops, and you see a harpy pick it up and starts flying as it travels to the city, and wherever it drops, you see the amulet starts to spread roots, and through those roots start to come creatures of the Fae, and you see something happening to the roots to the point that they corrupt and they become corrupted. Their fur ashy, their eyes glittering red, and followed by them are demonic hordes. And it's not like a description. It's literally like a picture. Hieroglyphics. It's more like a
Is it a moving picture?
no. It's literally just a singular scroll of actions illustrated.
They really have to write it out? Like Dark Force.
Hmm?
Hmm.
Oh.
This is somewhat troubling.
I, I assume so, being as how one, this is also has to do with the Feywild as well, and being as how I'm from there, it doesn't bode well for me and my kin.
Oh. Well, that I'm pretty sure that amulet is gone, or if it's not, wonder what he took. But I mean, we could
Sorry, I had to
go
step up for a
ex-
second.
we could go towards the one who had the amulet recently.
Not exactly sure what this amulet has to do with here.
Uh, Wait, okay. So, the amulet that it wasn't the amulet that okay. So
I think
the
it was
image,
either.
the image.
In the
So,
image, it showed the amulet being in position
Oh,
on the necklace of a storm giant that you recognize familiarly by the ropes the illustration
amulet.
has, and it got basically, how to say this, torn apart, or I guess decapitated, and the amulet fall on the ground, which a harpy took and flew it to a city.
okay. Oh,
Does the harpy look like? Well,
Um, the
guess
Free.
who?
well, it's not really. Well, it looks similar to her, but I mean, I guess yes, because peculiarly how you uh, basically research harpies and other creatures of the Fae and of the material plane. Usually, harpies are not as tidy as she is.
Or is pretty.
Don't oversell it.
I
Don't oversell it.
mean, come on, charisma of 22 for a modifier of 6 is not that bad.
Yeah.
Charisma doesn't necessarily have to imply good looks.
Ooh.
Okay, jeez, don't burn me yet.
I.e., me in real life.
So,
So yeah.
Yeah. Is this, by the way, while we're here and looking at this, is this hobby in particular look familiar to you? I'm not exactly sure if you all know each other or how that works.
the harpy and the image. I'm pretty sure that's me. I do recall taking an amulet to this city with a fellow companion of mine, but he is not available.
Yeah, in the prophecy illustration, there is no note of a kobold or an ASMR. It was fully green.
Yeah, they're not in here. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't know what else to say. The only thing I know about this amulet so far is all aligning as I think. The only trace of the amulets would be the information that either a certain Zircon has, or Felra, the
Oh,
lead of magic in this town.
excuse me, did you say Zircon?
Yes.
Oh,
If
what a coincidence. I just saw him not too
what?
long ago. He's actually the reason I'm here. Found him snooping in the Great Library of the Feywild. looking for exactly this book or this piece of pavement.
Ugh.
Is he a friend of yours?
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, and speaking of which, he's also given me this bag full of stuff. I should probably get its contents looked at. Is there anything?
Hey, empty it on the table.
Oh,
But do that. Do that. There's
there is
Just make
table, don't
sure
worry.
there's nothing dangerous in there.
I think I got. Well, he gave me a couple things,
Yeah.
including generous amounts of gold. He also gave me 3 staves, and he brings out 3, one of wood and 2 of them kind of with gold on it, and
Generous is
and a bunch of reading material from the library, which and stacks the books.
Yeah. There's about 7 tomes, and after the 7th tome, there's this sound coming from the table, and you realize that the tomes are incredibly heavy.
Ugh. Please get the tome off my table. I don't want it to break.
I'm just gonna take it, just put it on the floor. Then
Oh boy.
Free.
Yes?
Could I maybe borrow some clothes?
No. Alright. I'll
Uh,
go for some clothes. I'll
you
find
see that,
something that's not too revealing.
Yeah, you see that Ira is still wearing her night clothes
Oh god.
because she got pulled out of bed.
No, nobody
Teleported
has tried to
quickly.
change apart from me.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So she's shivering a bit in the cold.
You know what? For now I just pull out my my raincoat, which is of comfort, and I just put it over you. There we
Yeah.
go. Just wait, I'll go get you some better clothing.
Yeah.
But this new for now.
Poor got anything? Got
terribly
anything?
sorry. I didn't know you had company.
Well, we just had a prophetic dream about this city burning down, so yeah, I think a meetup was in order.
Fascinating.
Not a very good dream.
Hmm.
I just go up to my room to look for some clothing that isn't too revealing.
Okay. So quick question. Perk, got anything you want to say, dude?
No, I'm just hanging out.
Okay.
We're just watching this play out.
Okay. So in that case, yeah, well,
Yeah.
Free's gonna go get some clothes.
And
Hold on, you basically see there's a halfling, a half orc and lady that is just sleeping on the table. Not on the table, but like on a chair, but mostly on the table, just kind of sleeping. You got yourself a half elf who's kind of just awkward looking everywhere, also pretty like kind of cold, and yeah.
Rodar's gonna go to the halflings, like the very curious, the head tilting, looking him over. It's like, oh, just
Is it the suit? Or is it the good looks? What's going on here?
I've just never seen half of these. I haven't seen any of these. You sort of beings in my realm, but we don't get much visitors where I am. In the Fae,
Ah, so
I've
your
definitely read
Feywild,
about it.
Your Feywild kind of secluded then, huh? All right, good to know. Business
Especially down in the
opportunities.
Beastlands.
Should be. you see a look of befuddlement across Quirk's face for a moment, and then he just like drops the issue. He's like, I'm not going there.
Okay. Wait, what is your name? If I don't mind me asking.
Oh, me? I'm Quake.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, fair enough. Good to meet you too. Bird person. Fair. All right, that's no.
Yeah. Oh, it's quite common over here where I'm from. But yes, I imagine not many of us have made it this way. We tend to recluse ourselves. And
Yeah, in
he's going to
fairness,
go.
I'm trying to figure out a few things myself. It's been a yeah. No, those are my issues. But you're good to know. Good to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
Third person, Hogarth. Fair. I think
Hold
it's
on.
good
Yes.
stuff.
Oh,
Quite.
yeah. It takes you a minute, but you eventually come back with some clothes that are, as you said, less revealing.
I'm
See,
sorry.
as you come in, you just to see Hodor just about to get his tape measure to do his measurements on Core. But it's like,
my
oh,
head.
you're back. And just
This was the least revealing ones I've had. It's a fancy dress.
Thank you very much. Green.
It should
I
do.
takes the dress.
You can go change in the other room. No worry. I'll let no one come to bother you.
I goes to change.
Okay. So yeah. If I remember correctly, so now on the table there are 7 tomes. Well, not well, 7 tomes in
Six.
the vicinity.
Yeah.
And there's 3 staffs, 2 of golden material, 1 of wood. If I remember correctly, a shield.
yeah,
And a
there's
crossbow.
a silver buckler, short bow, crossbow, and that's about it.
So, the short bow looks like your average short bow. Like literally, it looks like like a child would wield it. While the crossbow looks very vicious. Like it looks like it's been made out of a single black metal, and it has quite a few ornaments and spikes embezzled into it.
Quirk looks over to Griselda, even though Griselda's not here. It's just for the funny of it, and whispers, but not whispers. All right, I got 100 gold. The free's gonna make me identify all that.
And wait, I'm gonna help identify all that.
I'm going to make him do it.
I got 100 gold. Says free's gonna make me identify all that.
He actually said that?
He
To
whispered.
Griselda, kind of like to Griselda in private, and I'm guessing since you've walked up, like you did the whole like go and get the owl person and came in here a couple of feet farther away. So it was like,
Okay, so you probably didn't hear it.
Oh.
So,
Give me a few extra trinkets and stuff. I have no idea what these staves do either.
well, I guess we should, at the very least, identify them, don't you think, Quirk? Let's both identify them. Might make things quicker.
So
you
which
look,
one
he
seems
looks
to
up
have a
at
magical
Griselda, and it's just you can probably make out the word "damn" pretty clearly from lip reading. The rest of it maybe not so much, and we get to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's gonna
Ritual
start
casting.
with what object?
Well, it depends. Other than the staves, what else is enchanted? Or seems enchanted?
I mean, you don't know. Maybe everything.
Oh,
We
Oh,
can
okay.
start with the obvious: detect magic.
Yeah. Every single one of it's okay. So, one of the golden staffs is evocation, one is conjuration, quite heavily. Um, the greenish staff is illusion. Not the green staff. The wooden staff is illusion. Um, the crossbow has very heavy enhancement, and the short bow you kind of immediately like have a sudden reflex of fight or flight quirk. As you see, there's literally like a cloud forming of necrotic energy that is literally just zooming out of the little short bow.
Oh,
All right, Free. Why don't you start with the bow? No, actually, don't touch that thing. That thing's creeping me the fuck out.
all right. What's wrong with the bow?
I'll save you the spell. Spooky cloud of nasty magic.
Can you be more descriptive? Nasty magic. There's a lot of it.
Oh, you know, the necrotic variety, a little bit, even I don't really want to touch that. I've messed with some weird
Here,
shit.
let me just tell you this. I talk to ghosts on a regular basis.
Then
I'm
you
rather
can have
afraid of
fun
ghosts.
with that, hon.
I'll just carefully pick up the short bow to identify it in a ritual.
Yeah, Quirk is having flashbacks to moments with, I think it was one of Iris things.
Uh-huh.
right. Okay, so what's the other stuff?
Okay, so Quirk, what are you gonna? Because Bree's gonna take for the short bow because she's daring as always. Quirk, what are you gonna go for?
I'm gonna pick up one of the tomes. You said the tomes were all magic?
The tomes are have like a very slight uh resemblance of magic.
Hey, if there's a little bit there, I'll pick up, like, I'll just stand over the tomes and, like, thumb through them for a little bit and kind of act like I'm casting to identify, but I'm actually gonna wait, like, if she's gonna ritual cast, I'm just gonna sit there for a little bit, fuck around with the books for a few minutes, and
Okay,
not
so
actually cast identify yet.
do you have any? Do you have the following languages: Elvish, Abyssal, Elemental, or Celestial?
Just a second. I know.
I have the draconic and elvish. You say?
I technically only know Common and Halfling and Gnome, but I also have Comprehend Languages. So yeah.
I mean,
You don't have. You
it's
don't have
up
to
to you
stu-
because what you
study.
basically like. There's like just say some it looks like it's actually like a decent book. Some looks like it's just scrawlings of a diary, but you cannot comprehend anything, and there's almost no depictions or illustrations of anything. So it's up to you if you want to just pretend that you're doing something, or you just actually want to see what the fuck you're looking into.
I'll actually look into the books without casting Identify on them because I'm a fucking madman.
Yeah, yeah, but like you couldn't comprehend what it says unless you want to use comprehend.
No, I'm going to use a divination thing. Give me a second.
Oh,
Pretty sure it's called the Third Eye. I just want to make sure that I can do it the right thing.
what about you, Ira?
Should I?
That Ira returns after it's done.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think she wants to introduce herself first. So she walks up to Hodart. Hello,
Hello.
my
Whatever
name
his name is.
my name is Ira.
Hi, Ira. I'm Hodor. Nice to meet your acquaintance.
Ira reaches out a hand for a handshake.
Gonna awkwardly, like, handshakes, like, so that's how that works.
Did
We're just
you-
gonna go back to looking at the sifting through the other tomes that are not being identified.
Do you want any help?
Yes. Apparently, they're currently identifying
Yeah. So,
the magical properties of these things.
so Quirk, do you have the third eye, like you said, or
I'm changing the. I'm going to do regular old comprehend languages as a
okay?
first level because I have 8 of those, but I am going to use my third eye to do see invisibility, which gives me 10 feet of see invisibility just constant.
Fair, fair, fair. Just roll my intelligence check.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay.
Oh, I ain't too smart today, boss.
No, 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 no. Like there's a lot of like there's just like a you would assume this is like a fucking half uh like the first time you just scan through it looks like half of it consists of like poems and works of literature, like short stories dedicated to uh uh, goddess Titania and the god Oberon, uh praising their fairness, valor, beauty, basically just bootlicking the gods. And then it's just consists of like things to do, the harvest seasons, preferences of fruit or vegetables, like a bunch of nitpicky nonsense that doesn't really make a bunch of sense. And you, for a moment, you just thought it was like, like a maybe a like a some sort of scribe from a fae that just did some poetry, but now it looks like a chaotic fairy mess that is like half lost in translation and then picked up in another language.
All
And
right.
Ira wants to sift through a few of the books as well.
Okay, question. Do you know Elvish, Celestial, Abyssal, or Elemental?
I know Elvish and Abyssal.
Alright. So, interestingly enough, this whole book, like every quarter of like what you read is like dedicated to one specific language. So you can understand half of it in two separate languages, but the rest is just kind of nonsense. What you read upon, or just oh yeah, roll me intelligence check as well, because I assume you just one by one just go through every single tome. So Ira gets the
Yeah.
second tome. And these
And
tomes,
yes,
like, they don't have any identifications, like a wording, name, an author. It's a very heavy cover, like heavy uh, leather cover, and it's just a bunch of pages, numbering in a few hundreds.
this is a straight intelligence
Yes,
roll.
yes. Oh shit!
Is this bow giving me the same vibe as that one axe?
It's a good roll.
No, I'm gonna say it until you identify it. So, um, yeah, it's a 20. I mean, if only you could complete. Like, here's the thing. At first, you thought that this was just like a diary of sorts, as you assume by the description, a tiny fairy with a centaur companion wrote, and then you realize as you start like reading, like picking up pieces from Abyssal to that, you realize that the Elvish is written by someone of a fairy, but the Abyssal part is written by another different person because it describes itself as a different person. Uh, by the description, looks like a fiend or something else, but they're talking about the same journey, despite Elvish consisting of like lighter mood, cheerful, while uh, the abyssal part about potential travelers to snag and consume in their travels. You don't know what elemental or the celestial parts read, but it's some sort of journey that has the same point of travel, but has different characters written in it.
I just have to check something. Maybe I do know Celestial, but because of my divine blood sorcerer.
If you didn't pick it, you don't know it. So
No, I don't have it. Yeah.
10 minutes have passed, and free.
Oh boy.
You immediately, as a reflex, drop the bow on the ground as you finish identifying, and you are informed that this bow is called Narek's Final Wish. Upon a single use of this +5 bow, it will snap and cause everyone in 25 feet radius suffer consequences of equivalent to power word death. Power word kill, I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness! I kind of take like a stick and just try to grab it from the ground, not touching it. Oh boy, Quirk, you were right. This thing should not be used by anyone.
Yeah, I sort of thought so. I mean, it just did not feel right.
Do you want to know what it does? That's the terrifying part.
Oof, well, I mean, if you've gone through all the effort, my curiosity is definitely piqued.
So, this bow, single use. Once it's used, the bow snaps and everything in the area is affected by the magic spell known as Power Word Kill.
Oh, that is quite a spell, if I may say so myself.
So let's not use it.
He's gonna lift his bag, and
I'm just gonna
so they just
put the bow, trying to aim the bow with on the tip of the stick into the bag. Okay, now that's taken care of. I mean, you could trick an enemy in, using the bow. Maybe I could charm someone.
Possible.
Yeah, getting rid of many enemies at once could be.
That spell sounds bad.
And that's why we should
oh,
never use
it's a nasty spell. I'll tell you that. I've read about it and the evils that there's been done with it.
Yeah, let's go to the staff next.
So interestingly enough, the golden staffs look almost identical, like literally almost identical, except for like few reflections, dust, and you like marks of usage. But they look like the same design, which is like a singular staff, maybe 5 feet long, with this like a pig's tail on the top, like a coil. And the coil holds nothing, but it clearly looks like it could hold something. Yeah. So
Identify.
yeah, as Free identifies that thing, what are you gonna do? The rest of you, are you gonna continue looking for another book or?
Yeah, I
What?
think Ira doesn't really have anything else to do, so she'll continue.
What about you? What about you, Hodar?
He's gonna be more fascinated at the beings doing what they're doing than what's on the books right now, because he's first time seeing both the halfling and everybody.
Yeah.
Gonna go to Grizel or to the orc just passed out of the table, just look him over and a little poking with the stick kind of thing and everything, just letting his curiosity get the better of him.
Oh no.
She's asleep.
Yeah, you're fucking lucky. She's a deep sleeper, dude. Oh god.
Fascinating.
I'd be he looks up from one of the diary book that he's currently working on. You know, I'd be a little careful around that one. She can be a little temperamental.
Oh, yes.
Mm,
No, just gonna not be all touchy, just more observy. Then it's like,
You know, it's for your health.
Yeah. So you're
keep that
gonna
in mind.
just look through another book, Ira?
Yeah.
Okay. So another book has a bunch of recipes. And for a moment you're like, okay, I can read like a quarter of it, and then the last bit of it in Abyssal. And some words are intermingled in the sentences between languages. And you realize that it's not like a recipe for something simple like a food or not something. It's for invoking emotions, rituals of summoning, but it's all just kind of, it doesn't really comprehend. As it like, it says it requires something in celestial that it says, and you need to have exactly written in elemental. It's like a bunch of redacteds in the middle of sentences. Like the next book is like, yeah, this is some sort of tome of rituals or something, but you can't really know what it actually is meant for exactly to do, because 4 different languages written in it. As for work, what are you gonna do? Because you said you're just gonna pretend.
I'm still interested in these books too. Like Ira and I are going through the same things, except I can read everything.
Oh, well, why did you say so? Uh,
For you to ask.
so interestingly enough, so the first book, uh, with Ira, the first book is like a diary of a perspective of sorts. As you see, it's like different beings from different planes partaking a single journey, but they're all like not together but like apart. As you realize that the Abyssal went first, then went to Elemental, then went the Lost Angel, and then went the Harpy, not the Harpy, the Fairy and the Centaur. As as the Abyssal just wrecked stuff and got eventually killed. Then the elemental saw the destruction made by some sort of fiend and just covered it up. The angel saw the decimation that was wrought and the covers of the elementals, which he just tried to bless so stuff would grow again. And then centaur the centaur and the fairy just have this very nice journey through this very pleasant place, but some sort of creepy undertone.
Hmm. Okay. Who's
Yeah,
travel diary?
essentially.
Yes, sir.
As for the second book, this is, you just kind of surmise this is some sort of ritual book of the Feywild. As you see, you can summon all kinds of creatures, but not like just creatures. Like if you want to summon a cheerful satyr, if you want to summon a dreadful satyr, it's like you can summon beasts of the Feywild or entities, individuals, anything from the Feywild. But not just that, you can summon them in a specific state of mind. And you comprehend some of those rituals are pretty simple to do, but the components that they require, you don't really even know what to do. Like white poppy milk, uh, red drake scales of seventh layer of hell. It's like you. It's like it sounds almost like a branding name. Like you just like this is a very peculiar name, and you don't know if it actually would fit. And it basically goes from just summoning the tiniest creatures, such as mice, to summoning something insanely stupid and or dangerous as Teresks, personal beasts of the Beast Lord, or Chaos Dragons. Which you don't even know what the fuck a Chaos Dragon is.
Yeah, now he gets partway through this book and he's reading some of the goofy like required things for these rituals, some of the names of the creatures, and he's like, oh, okay, so yeah, I think the author might just be fucking with us here.
No, how does he say? It's from the library, and usually information there is pretty, uh, pretty reliable.
And he goes through and he finds some of the most absurd sounding ingredients or parts of rituals and names a couple of them off to Hodarth, each time with a check like, look at this shit. So, yeah, you
Oh
dance
no,
naked under the pale moonlight during a rainstorm while holding up a feather from a quail. Okay, hey, do you even know what a quail is in the Feywild?
no, yes, read many books about them.
So does this really sound like a legitimate ritual piece to you, or does this sound like somebody just trying to fuck with you?
Well, I mean, all the components seem very reasonable and obtainable. Level of obtainability is curse my unwoken brain. God
Okay,
damn,
okay.
words hard.
So you immediately flinch, Plucky. Quirk, I'm sorry, Quirk. You immediately flinch in this response because the very first recipe of summoning is to get cheerful mice that will follow you anywhere you go. You need to offer up a silver gauntlet that has been forged in a green dragon's flame. It's like, yeah, reasonable.
Yeah, you see in some of these here, like this book is ridiculous, and he closes it and puts it down. Goes on to the next one.
So the third book is it's less of
Lots
a
of
book, more
stabs.
more about. I'll get to it in a bit. The third book is more of like a treatise, like a manual of sorts about martial prowess combats. Basically, any singular weapon, and this book also has like pictures and illustrations of it, of like how one uses any weapon efficiently combat, and it goes from simple stuff like staff, swords, axes to something more absurd like flying stars, nunchucks, bolas.
All right, this one's got a little bit more substance to
Yeah,
it. This
and
is some sort of training manual.
uh-huh. Uh, the fourth book uh, is written in four different languages. The just a single phrase, and it will be called. Just and it's about 400 something pages of just, and it will be called in four different languages. Um, the fifth one is oh no, at this point, no, at this point, pretty you're there.
That seems about right. You muted?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's who it said would be right back.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, then the fourth book. That's the first that, the first that, no, this is gonna be the fifth book. So the fifth book, uh, is more like a historical recounting, or more like a mythical telling of the forming of the Feywilds, as as it describes the place as a paradise for hunters and beasts alike, and eventually someone by the name of Orbon took the claim. It's like a mythical tale, but the whole premise, the whole uh, story is very bland and very not heroic, like epic as you assume one's ascension to godhood. As it describes Oberon, the Beast Lord, the master of the Beastlands, just basically coming there to this plane that just went out of nowhere and just declaring that it's his own, and everyone just gonna agree with it. It doesn't
know
have
that-
any. It doesn't have any intrigue, any conflict, nothing. It's just very bland and almost infuriating, stupid.
You know what that reminds me of?
Ah.
The meme where it's the one guy says, "Nice place you got," and then it has the other word, the one word. It's like, "Nice place you got." I
Yeah,
think I'll take it.
I think I'll take it. Yeah. So yeah, this is a boring little scripture. The sixth tome describes.
Free is back if you want to switch
Oh
over.
yeah. So free.
Okay.
You identified one of the golden staffs, and the staff is, and the staff. Can you write this down?
I'm writing it down.
You want me to write it down as well?
You can. It's one of you. You.
I'll write
Yeah.
it.
Just write it down.
Okay.
Lands of continuous hellfire.
Oh, boy,
Lance?
Rog would love this.
Lands of continuous hellfire.
That's metal as hell.
Lance.
Continuous hellfire.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You this staff lets you cast hellfire at 7th level 3 times per day.
Wait, let's spell what?
Lets you cast hellfire at 7th level
Nice.
3 times a day.
All right. Next.
Yeah.
Right.
And as for the other one, I think I said it was in conjurations. Yeah. Okay, give me a second. So, as for the other staff, it's called just simply Lilith's staff.
Okay.
You
This
can
sounds worse.
once per day you can summon 2 greater stone elementals. And be your friend, smiley face. That's literally what you get.
Smiley face?
Smiley face, yes. Literally. And there's a postscriptum. If you see this staff somewhere, please return to me. Thanks. Smiley face.
I'm guessing that's Lilith's staff.
Yes. So
Can you
one,
trace a person just by the name?
no, because there's plenty of Liliths in the world. Well,
Well,
yeah. Okay, let's go to the sixth book. Well, I'm guessing unless Supreme, you're gonna say anything or you're gonna continue.
I will inform them of the staff's
Uh-huh.
workings.
Cool.
This one's weird though. Lilith. I don't know Lilith. Do you know Lilith?
Not
Not familiar to me.
Well, too bad. Poor Lilith. Guess we'll see once we get back, if ever. And I
Why?
just-
So now comes the question. Are you gonna continue identifying more items or are you gonna stop free?
We could be doing something more productive.
I mean, while you're doing that, Plucky and Ira are just going through the tomes.
Listen, Plucky, Ira, looking down at Griselda.
It's black.
So, yo, no, God damn it. I got confused. Shut up.
Yeah, same
Sure.
did.
Shut up. So, Quirt, Ira. Oh,
Yes?
you're interested. I think as soon as Griselda wakes up, we should start actually doing stuff. Maybe we'll get something by doing the little mission with the kobolds. Any progress is good progress at this point.
Oh,
I think you're true with that.
Looks over at the wall panel that he had been kind of guided to in that dream last night. Goes, I mean, sure, if you feel like that's the most important thing right now.
Oh, don't say it like that. I know what you mean. But we've got to find clues, and maybe things have a nasty way of coming back around. So maybe it could help. Besides, we're gonna need a lot of time to figure this out.
Yeah, you take the lead, boss.
So yeah. Are you gonna continue identifying or?
I can walk and read, so I don't need to cast Identify. I'm just going to keep reading the tomes.
Okay.
But we can do that as we walk away.
Yeah, we can do that as we actually move.
Okay, so are you gonna actually move out now?
Yeah.
So, who had breakfast before anything? I don't
Yeah.
think we had time.
Ira,
We're starving on the road.
Ira looks around at the other people.
Oh, I haven't eaten yet.
All right, put that stuff away. I'll make a meal. Taking room on the table.
Oh boy.
this happening. Hodar's is like, you guys seem to be on this.
Plausible deniability.
What?
That's something that Plucky, Buck, Quirk said. Anyway.
We're so confused now with Plicky coming into the fray. They
I'm
sound so similar.
I'm kind of confused. Where the fuck is? Let me check. Is Chrissy like on the server? Yeah, she is.
What?
Yeah, I just.
Should we?
Have that nut come over here.
Are they? There doesn't look like they're active right now.
No, they do not.
Oh, okay. So Darth's going to be like, "Yep, if I'm going to go to oh god, names free, it's like it seems that we're meant to cross paths. May I offer my assistance in helping you solve this? Because it seems that the realm of the Fey Wild is in just as much danger as this plane of existence as well.
You're as welcome as you can make yourself. Honestly, the more help, the better. And not getting a free meal every now and then, I think would do anyone some good. Also, let's go with the usual deal of any magical items you find can either be shared, distributed, or kept by you if you find them.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
Speaking of items, though not necessarily of the magical nature, looks up, I'm supposing, at Hodarth. You wouldn't happen to have either A, a tuning fork, or B, some metal from your plane of existence that I could borrow, perhaps pay you for?
I
That's
wouldn't happen to
probably a
have
bit of an
that, would
ask.
I?
Oh, I'm just gonna say it's gonna be a bit crucial, but the only metal that you have on your possession are the rims of your glasses.
Oh, okay. Well, other than from my glasses, I didn't think to bring any sort of that because I didn't know. To be honest, it was also quite sudden. I didn't have time to do cast make sure that I was able to get back to exactly where I was. He kind of
Fair enough.
that fellow just kind of plane shifted me before I was ready.
Aha, so you are familiar with what I was trying to get at there.
Yes.
Yeah, this is good to
Oh,
know.
yes. As I've read many books on spells and all manner of things, so I am quite well versed of the magical capabilities of some beings who choose to pursue these.
Fair enough. Well, I'll tell you what. When I'm in a position to potentially replace whatever it was that we would be using to prepare some sort of component for that sort of spell, we'll talk about that again. But until then, we'll just let that sit on the back burner as an idea for later.
All right.
As I'm currently cooking, I'm looking back to Hodor.
Mhm.
Hold on.
How is it written? I gotta see this.
Hodarth.
Okay, so it's Hodor with a T at the end.
Hodart.
Hodor.
Hodar
Oh, Hodar.
with a th. Hodar. Th.
I'm just gonna call you Hodor. Just kidding. Oh, Hodoth. I
Yes.
simply have to ask. Do you know anything about creatures turning an ashen gray?
No, I
Red
can't say
hues?
this I have. Other than the book, of course. Which is why I'm here to investigate of how this will happen.
Druidism may be affected in this heavily. I know of a few creatures that know the lore of this forest quite well.
Oh, I'm quite versed in druidism myself, if I do say so.
Please be careful. Druidism is a very dangerous magic nowadays. From what I can
Du-
tell, at the very least.
Duly noted.
Anyways. So, how's the meal going? Because once it's done, I'm gonna say what it is.
A 41! How do you think it's gonna go? How do you think it's gonna go?
Away to the heaven.
This is what happens. Ah, fuck, the pile's too powerful. Just a few
Do you have
seconds.
smash?
The what?
Need to make it less divine.
Now let me just do this. Bang. And that should be big enough. There you go. Pancake Beast!
Oh my god. Hell yeah.
Flapjack stacks.
Hell yeah, brother. Roll me everybody perception check.
Perception. Oh no, not again.
I can see.
I'm not used to it. I almost rolled with advantage.
Okay, my passive perception. Let's see if I can go past my passive. Let's see. Nope, it's just my passive.
I got.
It's 25. Both are 25.
Well. Nothing really happened. Yeah. Yeah. We made some fucking flapjacks. Let's fucking go.
Flapjack.
Easy, delicious, and with some berries on the side.
Fascinating.
With cream, make tree syrup, and nut butter.
Nut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Podart. It's absolutely fucking divine. Let's go. It's absolutely delicious. You had never had pancakes, nor did you ever had pancakes these fucking good.
I must say, it's definitely an interesting yet delicious cuisine.
You won't get this from any normal cook. I'm sure. Enjoy.
I can assure you I will.
We have a long journey ahead,
Oh my god.
theoretically.
Pancakes so good they fly away. Yeah, Ira. You could say that. So, question. Breakfast has been had and everybody has a nice decent meal. And as you're having this meal, you realize it's maybe about 9 in the morning. It's pretty early still in the day. As the rain finally once again subsides, and it's windy now. No more rain, but it's windy.
So Quirk is going to take out not his good handkerchief that he keeps tucked up in his pocket for looks, but one of his shittier, actual, more mundane use handkerchiefs, and packs up a serving or a serving and a half worth of bacon that he then stuffs in his pocket, because you can never not have pocket bacon.
That's dude. I'm hungry at the moment. Fuck.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
You
I'm the-
can't have freeze pancakes.
Shut up. I'll do what I want. Don't challenge my authority. So yeah, everybody has.
I love how I can give myself the excuse to post good-looking food on Dice Roller.
Give me a second. Huh. Interesting. So, with that being said and done, oh God, I'm sorry. Oh no. Okay. So, oh God, yeah, what the fuck? But yeah, uh, having eaten breakfasts, what would you like to do?
Look kind of confusedly at the rest of the group when they don't pack their own pocket bacon and go, are you fucking kidding me here? Pocket bacon. It's like the best thing ever. It takes a long time to go bad. You got a snack on the road. You can use it to make friends. You run into an animal. You can use it as a distraction. Come on, pocket bacon, people. Pocket bacon.
Well, you can pack your bacon, because what I'm eating is what I'm getting. For now.
You're all nuts.
Just wait till everybody finishes their food before packing the bacon.
Pocket bacon.
You know, for some reason I have a horrible idea for the next meal.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm not sure if you're gonna like me for that one. You know those Halloween themed foods that are just looks weird?
Uh-huh.
For a second.
Oh my. Wow. Give me a second. I need
Like
to
super horrendous, like presentation.
Ugh.
I
Okay.
know. But
So-
I won't. Because
But I'm asking, where are you heading?
So, I think the course of action now would be going through the city to the other mountain.
Is that where we got to go get the? Is that where the kobolds thing is?
Apparently, yes.
No.
I've been given the look.
It's
Wait.
westward.
Oh, westward. Never mind.
Yeah.
Actually, it's westward. Sorry, I got a little confused.
Traveling 3 days. And eventually there might be wow. There might be a pathway that leads north. And that pathway is where you need to go. So, give me a second. I just need to check something out. Oh my God.
I just want to make sure that everyone is actually ready for to possibly leave.
Yeah, is everybody ready though?
I could stand to pick up just a list of quick things on our way out of town. We don't have to bother with like making it a whole thing. I just
Yeah.
give you the list.
Sure, I'll tell you how much.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
we're gonna
we-
start
What-
with
what-
a velvet and satin bedroll, complete with silk sheets,
Uh-huh.
because you know style.
Yeah.
Another bag of holding to keep that in. A 4-person tent that is equally as ostentatious and over the top.
Uh-huh.
About 25 to 50 pounds worth of the highest quality fruit, produce, and cuts of meat that he can find,
Uh-huh.
and some ice to just kind of stuff in. Put all that inside of like a chest that's also nice looking, and put that inside not a big chest, basically making a cooler to put in the bag of holding too.
What are you on about?
So, about
Well,
2 hours
hold on.
later. Does anybody else want to do something?
yes,
I
I,
guess
I
I'm
have
gonna
at
try-
least
You can
One-
go on ahead. I can catch up to you, no problem.
I'm gonna try and find a bag of food storing if that exists. Like a refrigerator on the go.
Hmm.
this is
So where are you heading, Kovdart? What are you doing?
oh, I'm just gonna follow them, but I'm also going to say with quirks like, well, if you're going into town to grab something, may I request a few diamonds?
Oh, you got you got a pretty lady you're trying to impress? No, no, I
Not
get it.
exactly.
It's yeah, just spell components. Good idea.
I'd say about
Uh,
quite.
let me point you
Make sure
towards
that
the
they're about
jeweler.
300. About more specifically, about 300 gold piece worth diamonds.
So, DM, when I go into the jeweler, how many thousand gold diamonds does he have? Because I'm probably gonna buy like most of them.
Oh my god.
I, yeah, but I do point you towards the jeweler as I'm going for
Yeah.
the one.
You can buy 20,000 golds worth of diamonds.
20,000 gold worth of diamonds.
Yes.
All right, marking that. All right. Well, yeah, we don't haggle. We just mark that right off.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. You're a vicious spender there. Also write down additional 1.5k for all your stuff. For the meats, for the massive tent, the bags of
Fair enough.
holding. He's like, yeah, just gonna casually do 20k expenses. Uh,
All right, I'll give you my new updated gold total here, DM, so you can know that I'm keeping track of it.
mm-hmm. Oh boy, I'm gonna check later. So, oh boy, let me just quickly change the thing.
Oh, and I go back over to Hodarth, and I'm assuming that I don't need. Diamonds aren't massive, so I just have a
No,
regular mundane belt pouch for these.
yeah,
But I just hand you a belt pouch that's
Oh
full with
no,
everything, and here you go,
we
buddy.
left
Oh,
we left
That's it.
Griselda in my home on the floor.
Oh no, I'm assuming we'll bring her with
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Just
He, she's
carried her.
she's getting carried by one of you. Not really, but I just want to imagine. Um, but yeah.
I'm just carrying her around on a tensor's floating disk that every hour or so I just take 10 minutes and re-up.
Yeah. So
Griselda's just
I
floating.
was muted.
2 hours later and a lot of gold spent. Anything else you like to do?
I'm just saying that I picked up her stuff and bought maybe some few basic equipment like a tarps and bedrolls and yeah, stuff like that.
I'll just imagine Iris like, yeah, I'm buying these two. Cork comes out, I'm buying entire stock.
Yeah, I was going to buy. Why is it empty? Everything is empty.
Also add a winter jacket, but think of like the fucking like that that the meme with the like just the ridiculous over the top 50 fucking pockets, the fur
Yeah.
lining, the fucking everything.
Yes. Yes. Write down additional 100 gold pieces.
Easy.
Anything
speaking
else?
of which, Eric, during that time, if I were to count the amount of gold in my pouch, how much would that be?
You acquire in the patch count contents about 5,000 gold pieces.
Okay. All right. Sweet.
Yeah.
During the way, Hodor's also like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, never seen this in real life before.
Yeah. Let's just say
Oh, is that a human?"
let's just say there's a lot of eyes looking at you.
He's completely oblivious to it because he's fascinated by everything around him.
He's having the looks at him, but he's looking back.
Uh-huh.
At one point,
It-
he hears kids behind him, so he does the whole head turn around. It's like so.
Yeah.
Oh,
With that,
oh, hello.
with that little stunt, all the kids that were following you run away screaming.
Who's
Uh,
the watcher?
if
They must have
Hodart
something
wanted
to.
to,
They must just remember that they had chores to do. Oh well. He goes back to.
yeah, if Hodart wanted to accompany Ira, that would be fine. She would have asked, but I was muted before.
So, after spending more money, would you like to? Are you content with your purchases, or you want to buy something more?
No, I think I'm ready to go.
And I
You
am
know,
also content.
Also, sad news, everybody. I had a map for the overworld beyond the Trigmar City, but I fucking didn't save it. Shit.
Shite.
Yeah.
Shite.
Yeah. So,
For some reason, I keep blanking out.
Forgot. He made a map of the overworld, but then forgot to save it.
well, half of it is saved, but it's not the part that is relevant, which is sad.
Big sad.
Big sad.
Sad. So sad.
Yeah. So, yeah. Takes you about additional hour and a half of just walking on foot until you reach the most western side of the city. Huh?
Wait, did I get the bag of food storing, that refrigerated bag thing I asked?
Yes.
The bag of
Okay.
colding.
500 gold pieces.
500.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 500, right?
Yeah. So yeah. It takes you just, an hour and a half. It is about midday. Oh, question. Hodar, do you have keen mind?
I do not. But there's also that feat.
Yeah,
if
you
it's,
do.
If
You
it's,
do. You do.
Okay.
Yeah, you do. You know exactly what time it is because you gotta climb to the climate. It's just a little bit past noon, and it's kind of wet, windy, but the first time in a long time for all of you. Actually, the clouds have parted, and it looks like a decent mid fall, like mid autumn day. Besides the fucking cold. As you make beyond the western gates of Trugmar City that goes westward, you basically see a bunch of uh, tiny little villages packed out in your horizon as far as I can see. And the plains turn into basically farmland, ranches, and everything in between. You head off away from the city after 7 sessions. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like, quick question. Oh.
Hmm?
No. I gotta find it first.
Oh god. Okay, so if anybody else has anything they want to do in the city, say your piece. I'm just
I
giving.
think I'm good. I have the food storage bag.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I'm gonna need.
You bought that?
Yeah,
Sweet.
I bought that.
I'm gonna transfer over I'm gonna ask you if it's okay to transfer over the 50 pounds of like super fancy cuts of food that I got.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
gonna-
I'm gonna be
I'm
brutally
just
honest. I'm a
asking, though.
terrible cook.
Are you going to be expecting me to cook for you? I gotta throw a smirk.
Well, you do pretty dang good at it, and you seem to like it. So you're more than welcome to. I could also have my unseen servant make it, but I'll tell you
You
right
know
now,
what?
it's gonna
Here's
be
one thing
cool.
here's one thing I'm gonna have. I'm gonna take an actual little cooking area, a portable cooking area, like the good tools, the decent tools,
The good shit.
the good shit.
Ha! Ha! uh,
Hmm.
So,
Remember the other campaign?
how much are those cooking, like travel cooking utensils gonna be?
How much you gonna cost?
Yeah,
A single gold piece
for the good shit.
for the good shit. They're not really that
Yeah,
expensive.
Okay, fair enough.
I keep thinking of that one time where Kendall said, "I'm getting the good shit," and got a pile of shit on his plate.
Yeah, that's a call. That's a call. That's a callback.
That was a while ago.
That was like episode 18 or in a
Something
17.
like that.
Okay, so hold on.
Okay.
Sorry. I think it was 16.
Yeah, it was early. I'm gonna have a good.
How do I even say this? Good.
So, just double, triple check if you got everything you want.
I have everything in my
There is one
inventory.
thing. There is one thing I wanted to do. Just last minute. Write a little note to Mary. Put it in the house. Do not do or go anywhere alone ever again. Trust me, your freaking wife for once. And putting that on the people teleport in, so I'm just gonna put it on the table. So yeah.
Yeah.
And that will be the final thing I do.
Yeah, as you you get away from the course. Eventually, all of you just make your way to the western gate, making out. You see just farmland, and you realize that's like beyond the gates. That's where the actual, that's where the boar, that's where the pig, that's where the elk come from. Because it's basically a massive place of food, but there's plenty of roads, and all of them, well, lead off the city. So, Free, you've been told 3 days on foot. You're probably gonna make it, and there's just a one goes south, not south, north. Are you gonna try to get any mounts, or are you just gonna go on foot?
Well, I mean, I could fly. Not sure how far you can fly, Mr. Owl Guy, but
I have a few methods. Anyway, anybody?
well, how fast you can fly.
I mean, I'm just saying. Does anybody have a polymorph?
Well, I do, but we're not gonna have that currently. Right. Anyways,
It's alright. I can.
you know what? How about we rent a carriage?
Better
Everybody
yet,
one.
I'm gonna wild shape into a giant owl.
Mm-hmm.
Looks over.
Or before that, it's like I can carry a few people. Turns into giant owl.
The complicated thing here is that I used to fly all over this place, but now with so many people that can't fly, I guess that's one way of doing it.
Okay, so who's good? Yeah.
So I think Ira and Griselda's in sleep form would be carried by the giant owl. Well, I'm pretty sure that Quirk would be good enough for me to carry.
Yeah. Question: does Quirk want to be carried by you?
I mean, just be careful with them talons, because, yeah, but
Do you want me to get you a sling or something?
So I just have a question before you ride off or fly off. Are you gonna go low, like I don't know, a few dozen feet above ground, or are you gonna go like like 100 or so?
How long can that wild shape last?
It's half my. As many hours, that's half my.
7 hours.
Yeah, so 7 hours.
Let's go for the high altitude of 60 feet, 80. You know what? 60 feet from the ground, I think would be good.
Just say high or
Build a
low.
6
When I
level
say low, it's
high.
literally like few feet above ground. When I say high, it's above the tree line. So you know.
Yeah, above the tree line, just
'Kay.
high.
So finally, fucking finally, one of you roll me a d10. Finally, fuck.
Okay, so who wants to do it today? Can you're new here.
Yeah, I suppose it,
Oh,
I'm about to
needed
suggest the same.
So a d10 basically is the mechanic for travel, and it basically dictates what the fuck is happening.
Tree.
Three.
I see a bunch of trees.
Careful, tree.
Just roll me a d4.
And mind you, we don't have islands popping up here.
Yeah. Yet.
Uno.
What?
Uno.
Just kidding.
I
So
was gonna say
the
there's future Norn.
the how to say it? The wind was not exactly in any direction. Like it was just kind of occasion just blows. And interestingly enough, in the first hour of your journey, the wind suddenly picks up in your favor, doubling your speed overall. So, another d10, because nothing really happened. Unless anybody wants to do something. And Quirk, you can't read the book while getting carried, because the book is heavy and...
You don't want to drag me down with you. 'Cause I will let you go.
Yeah. So roll me a d10, everybody.
Boom.
Hell yeah. 7.
It would have been great if it was a 3 and then a 1 again.
Roll
We
me,
speed.
roll me a d10 again. As you basically, in the first hour, basically cross a bunch of ranches, places for food that basically have neatly spread out across the plains. But as time goes on, less and less are more frequent as they're just mostly farmlands for wheats and barleys. And of course, since it's already autumn, there is nothing but just dirty farmland. Well,
You told me to roll a d10 again, right?
yeah.
Well, I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
traversing through the place, it's basically plains with a simple road that has been just used by carts and people, and it's mostly just trampled dirt that goes through the second part of your journey. Let's just say that just looking downwards free with your passive perception, you see familiar prints in the plains of Gorelx. Massive sized hooves that you all could stand neatly apart in a single footprint. But yeah, as you can see, plenty of them are just going south, north, never east or west.
The Gore Elk. One of the creatures I've been mentioning that are very fluent in druidism, very intelligent, and also very powerful and terrifying.
Besides that, nothing really catches your eye, everything is calm. The sunlight is still in your favor, but the wind behind your back, while helping, it is cold. Another d10, anybody?
I'll be right back.
There.
Or Ira?
Not it.
Not it.
Ira?
Quirk doesn't want to start a comedy encounter.
1.
Oh, 1. Oh boy, roll me a d100 and I'll be right back.
work. Good call.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not it.
Wow. From 1 to 10, how do you feel?
He feels good. Da-na-na-na-na-na. He knew that he would. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
So, how about that airstrike, buddy?
Fire away. Fire away. We came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh. So, still familiar planes as far as the eye can see. This like has like a paler greenish, occasionally just brownish grass littered the entire plains. Occasionally you see small critters and wildlife with your best perception, free mice and the like, foxes on the hunt. In the distance though, the first to the north, you see a like, and when I'm saying in the distance, I'm saying maybe a mile, if not more. You start to see horns as you see something stood up, and you realize it's one of the Goraxes. You're flying westward. They're maybe a mile north, and you realize that there's like maybe 3-4 of them just chilling there. Completely, maybe aware, completely not giving a shit about your current things, but you just basically see them in the north.
So there's nothing wrong. I just see them chilling.
Yeah, well, yeah, chilling. Exactly.
I wave at them, whether they see me or not.
There's no response.
I can just imagine them standing up on 2 hooves, waving back.
Oh my fucking god.
Hi, guys.
Everybody's gangster until the Goral charges you.
Buddy gangster until the Gorg stands on 2 hooves.
Oh god.
Might
Okay.
have goofed. Might have goofed.
Okay, so but besides that, you just basically see them, and there's really not much. Of course, Hyra, eventually you. Same with. Give me a second. I need to actually change this because I forgot. Why do I? What the shit? Oh. Second. Do this. Nice. So. The wind is still in your favor. An encounter to the north of a massive Goralk just chilling. Just looking in the north overall, you start to see massive mountain ranges revealing themselves as you continue to go more and more westward. How giant are these mountains are never been measured, nor nobody cared to go to the tops and explore them. Because the final person who did was Trigmar, and he never returned. So, roll me additional d10, somebody, as you're making very nice speed overall. Apparently, flight was a good.
You gotta do it now.
Fine.
Wait, what? I'm back.
Hesitant.
Ooh. Roll me d6.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I had a good call.
Okay. So, with your passive perception high up, and just basically flying in a specific direction for the plains. Your eyes maybe a few hundred feet as the top, like as the how does this as the time goes on, and it's becoming like slowly sunset, as it's maybe like 4ish p.m. and it's late into the fall. Uh, you noticed a small trail of smoke, and just eyeing the trail of smoke, you realize that there's a tiny hut from your perspective that is next to the hut, next to the fire. And on the fire, you can see that there's an elk, like a tiny creature, getting roasted. And by the roast stands a troll minding its own business.
I see it, or does everybody else?
Everybody sees it.
There we
it's
go.
Eventually.
It's just a troll.
Yes, a single troll in a with by a hut, by a roaring flame, and on the flame there's a small a game that has been killed and is now getting roasted. It does not seem like it has even noticed you.
Well, he doesn't seem to be bothering anyone.
Yep, fair enough.
Okay, so yeah,
No need to make an enemy.
okay, so
Just a troll.
as you fly even more, roll me another d10. One final d10. Because at this moment, you've been flying for 5 some hours.
So soon
Griselda?
it'll be time to land.
Griselda's not present. Give me a second.
I know. I was. It would be funny if it just came on, rolled the d10, and then left.
It would have been funny. Anyways, who rolled first? Ken, do you want to roll or should I?
Go ahead and roll.
Fair enough. 4. Let's see what happens on the 4.
Ding, 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 ding.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ma-na-na. Ma-na-na.
He's way too silent.
No. Erex, where are you? We need your input. It must be getting cold away. Welcome. Hope y'all are having a good time, people of the internet. And remember, you can follow this and other campaigns posted on his YouTube channel. Just go to Eric's on YouTube. Same spelling. And you can watch everything up until
Pretty
this
sure there's
point.
the same
For-
image as well.
Go ahead, pick out your favorite campaign and go ahead and watch it.
This the favorite campaign, obviously.
Mhm. Yeah, or if you need something for like a huge binge watch, just go ahead and the Archipelago of Luck is another great one. Sorry we couldn't get the first 13 episodes saved and done, but hey, we get what we get, and it's a good one.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunate that those episodes didn't come out.
And we officially made Lost Media. No. Those 13 episodes was basically me saying, hey, if you make it to level 6, I'll stream it for you.
Oh,
That's the whole deal. You forgot about it. How fucking dare you?
well, it's been a while since you mentioned it as well.
Well, no, there was a
Remind
couple
us of that.
episodes afterwards. There was a couple
Well,
of
yeah,
episodes we
yeah,
did
fair.
record.
Yeah. But
So there is Lost Media, but yeah.
Lost Media is the best media, let's be honest. Because eventually everybody's just gonna be like,
So,
Forbidden. It's the forbidden video. Okay, so give me a second as I look upon the D10 and it's a fucking 4? Roll me, good sir, a D4.
Oh no! Wait, I don't think I did it.
No.
Oh,
How did I mess that up?
You see it, you ask.
the opposite.
You see the no. The wind changes suddenly as it now blows against your direction and it severely limits your flight speed. As slowly but surely the final rays of the sun die down and the night takes over. Would you like to do? Do you want to continue? Because Ken, you have one final shape, wild shape of a owl.
Well, eventually he's going to signal and say, "We gotta land," because I'm about to lose the wild shape.
Fair enough. Let's go down
Well-
at a safe spot. Go
So,
near the road.
well, so the overall looking plains is literally nothing but the plains. Occasionally you see quite a few trees just in the distance, but nothing severely or something that you would even consider a forest, more like a brushery. It's not exactly like it's nice. It's not exactly like just a singular plain. There's like small hills and all that hide stuff. But besides that, overall, you see nothing in the vicinity and looks peaceful, if not wet, from the previous days of rain. So, are you gonna set up camp?
I
No.
think it would be a good time.
So,
Yep.
any specific way you want to set up camp, or just gonna set it by the road?
Ira has
Sure.
no experience with setting up camp, so she's
Okay.
a bit
so,
lost going between
well,
people.
how's the nearest trees looking?
The nearest trees are literally like a single birch, a single oak, like every few hundred feet or so.
Any space in those trees, or in the midst of those trees?
No, they're very like we're talking they're like 1, 2 trees in like a few hundred feet of distance.
All right.
There's not like a massive tree line or a tree line to begin with.
I think staying under a tree for a bit would be nice.
It'd be good to be able to know that it wasn't going to be storming, because I wouldn't exactly want to be under the only tall thing for a fair distance if, lightning
let's-
becomes a thing.
Let's stay a few feet away from, few meters away from the tree. How's that sound?
Fair enough.
All right. Let's go.
So, I would like everybody to roll me a survival and a nature check respectively.
I do that. Nature and survival, right?
Yes.
I'm going for survival first.
No. 13 for
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll tell you once everybody roll.
nature,
Yeah. I'll just wait a bit.
16 survival, yeah.
Oops.
Okay.
Yeah, as I said, Ira is unexperienced with setting up camps, and she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, don't worry.
Nature.
That one.
Nat 20 on my nature.
Yeah, that's kind of fitting of a nerd.
Wow.
And here's my survival. 9.
So overall,
I got a 30-20.
overall, setting up the camp was extremely fucking easy because Ken is like a fucking nerd. He knows exactly what kind of soil is best for camping. It was like a hand in hand knowledge, but he never actually uh camped out. But yeah, it takes you good half an hour, and you got like uh a small, well, a decent campfire, the whole massive tent that Quirk commissioned, or not commissioned, but like bought, and you're kind of all set up as the night sky reveals many stars as you look around, and there's literally nothing when it comes to the source of light besides your campfire as night takes hold.
Who wants some cooked boar? I still have some over.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes. Let's see.
Do you want some help setting up the fire?
Oh, I would love some help.
What is Quirk doing in all of this?
Books.
Books. So, the sixth book, the seventh book is the one that you saw, that the poems and the diary to-do list of a fairy, which didn't make much cohesion. The sixth book is a book of findings, as it tells about sects, cults, incursions of the Unseelie Court into the Feywilds, and their attempts to infiltrate, elude, and eventually conquer said plane. All of them unsuccessful, as they dictate, like, from tiny little incursions to schemes of trickery foiled. There's like at least 300 pages worth of just failed attempts of the Unseelie Court to overtake the court itself. And all of them are kind of detailed, like extremely detailed, but they're very short. Like the number of individuals who formed a cult that eventually were snitched out by one of the people and eventually got taken care of, to description of a specific individual, the Feywilds, that were coerced by the Unseelie Court, that tried to playfully elude to convert the residents of the Feywild, only to be caught and brought to justice. And it's basically it's like it's that.
Fair enough.
Roll me a perception check though. Wait, was that a perception check?
For Quirk, yeah.
Oh my god, 14.
Yeah, Quirk's not. Quirk's a wizard.
Yeah, so looking over the thing, because you can read it properly, and it has the different changes of the... It has a different changes of language. You realize that something is off. Like, something is off with this book at the end of it, and you don't really know why. But suddenly you have just like a notion of realization that, like, maybe the last 50-40 pages of this thing is written purely in Abyssal, while the rest were basically mixtures of other 4 languages. Which strikes you as odd to why to break this cycle.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look through those last few pages a little bit more heavily and see if the tone changes. One of it sounds like it's proud that it did something, basically.
Yeah. Uh, the last few tomes are basically like the rest of like describing the things, but there's something is missing, but just like something like you get that abyssal is written while other full languages were prevalent, but there's something that is on top of your head, something in your mind that something is wrong when you read over, but you just doesn't click. Something is off.
Hmm. Okay.
Harry Thieves can't.
Well, he's not smart enough to know that.
Well, I don't know it either.
It's not. It's
Funny
not
enough.
comprehending. It's like catching something that is like missing in this plain spot. So, with that being said and done, yeah, of course, free your food is divine as always. Roll me another perception check.
While we're
Uh,
doing this,
I'm
can
gonna
I
have the
do
inspiration
something?
up too.
Sure.
I want the perception check too because I'm helping with the food preparation.
I said a perception. Why do you roll?
Listen. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna see something now. Okay, so that's 29, I think.
While they're setting up camp and after all that, I want to cast a spell. Take 10 minutes to cast a spell.
Uh-huh.
I see anything?
Yes, you do. So, interestingly enough,
I got a full numbers.
so before we do that, you're making your meats and all that. It's nice, and once you're done, you kind of glance off because for a moment just to get something, and you turn back and you see there was like a nice little piece of meat that you like eyed it for yourself that is now gone. And you quickly look around and you're like, okay, I know that something is up, something is wrong. And you look around and you see a tiny little critter, something like a size of a mouse, carrying the piece into the shrubbery, into the grass. But like very slowly, because the piece of meat compared to the mice is maybe 3 times the size.
Huh. I'm just gonna follow it a little quickly.
Uh-huh. It basically goes like 5-6 feet on top of a boulder. Well, it's like a stone you could pick on a hand, but for him it's a massive boulder that he gets on top and starts consuming. Uh as it just kind of starts to eat, you realize as you approach, it doesn't have any like actual instinct to run away from you like a normal mouse.
I
And
didn't
with your
know
passive
mice
perce-
loved meat.
additional that. And with your passive perception, you see that the fur of this critter is different from your usual mice that have, dark grayish fur. It has this warm golden fur that you don't know if it's a trick or of a light from the nearby campfire. That it looks like it's slightly glows in the dark, like a tiny little firefly.
Do I know anything about golden mice?
Roll me a history check.
Okay, let me do my bullshit.
You literally, I just imagine you literally let me do my bullshit, gets a flute, just gives a like a whoo.
Wikipedia.
Okay, so what was it again?
History.
Okay, let me just look at my. Okay, so that that's gonna be an 18, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be an 34.
Oh my god, the DC was
Jesus fuck.
yeah, the DC was kinda high for that. But you succeeded. Nice. So
I love being a bard.
the golden mice is a thing that the knowledge is not that you picked up in the city as a mythos or a legend, but back home in the tribes. As the Dryads reverend the golden mice as tiny envoys of the gods that show up to the ones that are truly worthy for a test. And you have listened to the Dryads tell tales of their predecessors accomplishing great feats of strength that always started with mice of gold.
Well, I wonder what test you would have of me if I didn't already complete it with my food, that is.
So, yeah. I mean, you basically all see we just kind of standing a few feet away from the campfire, just observing this mice eating like a piece of meat that is like 3 times its size, ravenously
Sort of.
eating.
So
So
going to approach. It's like, no, here's the thing. Do you like to know what it wants? What it wants?
I mean, so far he seems to have what he wants.
oh yeah, Hodart, if you want to roll history, you roll with advantage. Remember?
It's a pretty high one.
Yeah, it's a high roll, so.
You want me to give you the bullshit advantage? Not the advantage, but the inspiration guidance.
Let me just quickly give you a plus 14, boy. It's up to Ken to decide if he wants to.
Yeah. It is.
No, I think I have proficient. Am I proficient on that? Forget. Believe so. I mean, if you want to, that would be great.
All right. Oh wait, second. Inspiration guide. What was it? Tale of beloved friend. Target's not a creature. Trusts you. Tell of the clever animal. For the next thing, target makes an intelligence wisdom charisma check. On target can roll an extra die immediately after rolling. Oh wait, on a wisdom or charisma check. Is it a wisdom or intelligence? Sure, right?
It's an
It
intelligence.
adds the extra die number to the check. Extra die. Only the D after rolling. Okay. So, tale of the clever animal. For the next 10 minutes, whenever the target makes an intelligence, a wisdom, or a charisma check, the target can roll an extra die immediately after rolling the d20, and add the extra die's number to the check. The extra die is the same type as your bardic inspiration die. So, I'm giving you that, which is an extra die you can roll.
Mm-hmm.
So you have you can roll a d10 right now. I'll roll a guidance and a d10.
Oh my god, I'm gonna give him. Oh my god. So, while this is happening, Ira, work anything?
I got a 10 out of it.
and that with all the inspiration and guidance thing, that's a 16. So add that to your thing already, and with your advantage, you should.
Mine does say I have it. I do have a history
Just
proficient.
add it to your modifiers. 16 to your modifier.
You're not gonna like how much it is.
Let's have some fun.
Because I'm proficient with it. I'm gonna do it this way. So 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 7. So 23.
Why did you add the
Plus
modifier
16.
as well? Like you
What?
just do 2d20 plus 23. That's better.
Okay, 2d20.
Plus yeah,
So
20.
you have a +7, plus right now 16.
So 23
Yeah.
plus 16,
Or
which is what I had.
just do plus 23
Fine.
because plus 7 plus.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll do that then. 16 again.
Oh god.
So about 39.
39.
Oh my
Turn.
god. Oh my fucking god.
What
So.
if I feel perks?
Oh shit. Give me a second. Let me get my this like the DC to know everything. To DC to know everything about the golden mice is DC 38. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
You know that more.
Yeah, you're
Even
about to
when you
get some
haven't
lore,
told me a
bucko.
second time, I still got it.
You're about to get some lore, bucko. Uh,
I thought you just love bards.
yeah. So,
I could have cast guidance on myself.
54. You have passed the intelligence score of.
okay.
I only have a modifier +2 to intelligence though.
So, okay. So, Ken, first of all, your
Yeah.
personal experience. You recognize these golden mice as they are native to the Brooks and quite a few other places in the Beastlands. You know from your own personal experience by the parents and kin and kith that told you about the mice just by passing, that these mice are favored by the goddess Titania, the goddess of the queen of the Sealy court.
Oh.
That the mice are essentially indestructible, and to attempt to harm one would basically an attempt to get the wrath of Titania herself. Additionally, you know that most of the Sealy court use these golden mice as their eyes and ears in the material plane.
I wonder if they could use it as their mouth too.
As for your knowledge as the proxy, there's a high chance that this mice is additionally besides like this was what you know as a thing. There's a small chance as a rumor when you were basically almost an actual proxy of the god of glyphs or lord of glyphs, that members of the Sealy court might themselves manifest as these tiny critters to roam the world beyond, because of their invulnerability to all damage. Basically makes them for extremely easy and nimble travel companions.
Oh. Yes. It's nice to see a a native of the Beastlands here today. How do I know if they can understand and or talk?
You know that they're known to be eyes and ears of the court, so you never heard of anyone speak. But since it's present here, it's kind of odd.
I do say it is quite odd to see them here.
I mean, in the forest where I usually live, when I was smaller, I used to listen to the Dryads tell of tales that these were envoys of the gods that gave them tests. Honestly, yes, it was very interesting stories.
The-
Though,
well,
although I do miss the days of tearing common folk limb from limb, I still prefer this lifestyle.
oh, well, I can tell you that what the Dryads said are true. In fact, this one in particular is the god. Uh, oh god, give me a sec. What was it again? Fuck.
Uh,
The
uh,
favorite of the god,
yeah.
possible envoy.
Eyes and ears of the goddess of or the Seelie court.
You know, I would at this point be su- I wouldn't be surprised if they were their mouths too.
Not that I've seen or been told.
This is the second time food has been disappearing that I've made. I think last time was also in a quick golden flash. Well, we'll see.
We'll see how this takes us.
Now let's
But
go
nice
eat
to know
before the
some
food gets cold.
It is nice to know that some familiarity has followed. Is with me, or is with this group.
Let's see how long-
Just for shits and giggles, Hodarth is going to cast speak with the animals and see if it talks.
It does not respond. It just consumes the meat, and you know that mice usually just talk, but golden mice have this, like, it's a golden mice when because mice and rats have very simple minds, and they just speak out what they see and feel and what they do most of the time. Well, the trait to know if it's truly the golden mice, it's the fact that they act, but they do not speak. That confirming that they have higher understanding of their surroundings.
Yep, he's just gonna do that and head off. Let the mouse do its thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to actually eat some food that I made before it gets cold. This is a nice wholesome moment, I feel.
Ira has divided the food into different bowls in the meantime, so that everyone has their share.
Fair. And Quirk, I mean, you kind of finished your reading. It took every single thing. So, if anybody has anything they want to do in this early night of a day, to do something, to say something, say it. Otherwise,
For fear's sake, do you think we might need a little bit more subtlety, per se, camping out here?
Subtlety.
Or just something to ward off any people who might not have the best intentions.
Well, you can cast your wards, but I, for one, will give you something to sleep on a good note about, if you allow me. I pull out an instrument, a pan flute. I will start a whimsical song. Not to enchant or cast a spell, but to commit to the feeling of peace that is currently felt. I'm going to roll for all my talent. Might as well use these freaking D10s. Oh.
where are you rolling in memes?
What? The fuck?
A mythic crate catch. Yeah.
While he does that, I'm actually going to take 10 minutes and cast
Yeah.
Druid Grove.
So Quirk, you know that fucking meme of like, Ara has a lantern, Hodor has a patron, Free has her thing, Griselda has Thor. What do I get? Paid.
You know what? I think
I
we're gonna
think
have
it's-
another to the grave thing.
I think it's bugged for me because I keep. Oh, never mind. That's a different one. Those are different roles that I saw.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have another smart creature thing guiding podcasting inspiration. Yeah, saying so. Podcasting. Well, where's the thing? Where's the heck?
Yeah. Dollar bills, y'all. So you wanna cast Grove?
Druid Grove.
Grove, yes.
In a
Not Warlock Grove.
Oh no.
40
it is.
foot.
Hail
40
of
foot
the intelligent
cube.
creature.
Do I need to read out what it is?
I know what it is, unless you want to read out to the rest of the people. But
Basically, it creates anywhere between a 30-foot or 90-foot cube space. I'm going to put it to about 40. And it has, unless people, whatever I choose to be able to access it, none of these affect them specifically. But I can fill in this cube with any number of solid fog, grasping undergrowth, grove guard, to grow up to four tree, or no, it has to be that.
so
I'm gonna take the tree and turn it into a grove guardian.
Okay, so
And
so
with different effects on it. So
okay, so
Building a Plants vs Zombies playground.
essentially he's just materializing this patch of grass. While the rest of you got anything you want to do?
Ira is going to pack the remains of the food into small, neat, folded packages. And I use my chef feet to make treats.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
sorry, I didn't know you could cook as well. Wonderful. While you do that, I'll keep seeing my tube.
So, question. Quirk, you got anything else you want to do?
Well, I suppose I could finally do an identify on something.
You could?
I identified two of the staves. So long.
There was.
it's the wooden one that hasn't been identified.
Yeah, the wooden hasn't been identified, and
While
wasn't
everyone's
there
doing
anything
that,
else that Ira
I'm
had
actually
from a
gonna
while ago that
AFK.
wasn't identified yet?
huh?
Wasn't there anything else I ever had from a while ago that wasn't identified yet?
I have one thing, and I think I can allow to identify.
Oh, that's fair. No, I thought when you got out that bunch of stuff, like that there was still something left. I guess there isn't. Yeah, identify that wooden staff. And I won't ritual it. I'll just do it.
Okay. Oh god, give me a second. Anybody else? That's I guess Hodar is making a grove. Free is doing stuff. Amplek is identifying the staff. Give me a second.
I did have one question about some of these homes. Specifically, Ira wants to ask Hodart something.
No. Yes.
Excuse me. These tomes you have. Could I perhaps borrow one of them?
No, which one? Which one? Per se.
the tome about weapons and fighting.
Oh, yeah. A fine read. Here you go. Gonna just toss it to give it to him. Give it to her.
Yeah, Erax, how is this book structured? Is it one weapon per language, or are they intertwined in strange ways?
What book did you give?
The weapons book.
Oh, the weapons book. Actually, parts of it are in Elvish, and like it's not intermingled. It's separate. But the problem is, each weapon has like each section of the weapon has all the four languages overall. Like sections of it are how do I say this? The sections are a specific language, but overall it's four different languages. And like with every single weapon. So yeah.
So if I want to learn one weapon, that is one language, or is it multiple languages?
Multiple.
Multiple. Okay. Well, she tries to read about bows, long bows, and it's going slowly.
So interestingly enough, there is both like standing still, there's running, there's on horseback, and there's a centaur. There are four different types of bow masteries, with short and long and crossbow bows.
I think I had a long bow, so Ira
yeah.
wants to read about. At first, standing still with a long bow.
Roll me intelligence check.
Only 20 plus. No, not 11 to 20. That's
as you start to read the first section, like grasping to it, you suddenly feel your muscles tense, and you suddenly feel weird, and all of a sudden you lose traction, and you kind of blank out for a moment, and all of a sudden you feel just a sudden shudder of electricity running through your mind as the book automatically closes in front of you. You all just see immediately, Ira just dropped a book and she just kind of flinches uncontrollably for a second, and then she stops exhausted. Ira, you got yourself 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh.
okay.
So yeah.
She picks up the book a bit shakily and hands it. Looks at it for a moment, and then
Back again.
hands it to
Sorry, Ira died.
Hodart for a while.
No.
What happened? What? Huh?
We're kidding.
Okay.
Only a point of exhaustion will it'll get rid of.
I'm not
Sure.
a bookworm, so reading is hard. Yeah.
Oh.
Aw, I should have brought my bedding.
So anybody else has oh yeah, Quirk, you finished the cast time on the staff, and as soon as you can finish the cast, you all of a sudden feel very hungry all of a sudden as you get yourself a staff of treats and dragon.
Treats and dragon?
Yes. It has two spells. One is a cantrip that lets you conjure treats that act the same way as a good berry, as a cantrip. Additional spell includes Illusionary Dragon to level 8 illusionary spell.
Okay, I'm sorry, but this is literally a staff that would be perfect for Danny.
The staff.
The Staff of Treats and Dragon.
How many uses does the illusionary dragon have?
Once per day.
What for fuck's sake? Cantrip summoning food.
Yes.
Treats. That the slime would have loved it.
Fair.
Might
And
be
what kind of
And-
dragon? And what
now.
kind of dragon?
Illusionary. It's a 8th level illusion spell. It summons a replica dragon that can breathe the type of damage the dragon you decide to be. Additionally, quirk, there is, after you finish the thing and you get the whole information, just out of nowhere you suddenly hear a cheerful young girl laughing for a few seconds and suddenly stops.
He finishes casting the Identify. He looks at the staff really confused. He hears the laughter in the back of his head. He calmly walks over to... Let me get the name right. It's the new one. Hodarth.
Hodarth.
And just kind of hands him the staff and goes, "You Fae are... you're something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one additional thing, attunement required.
Yeah. This is a weird... Enjoy your staff of treats and dragons. I'll let you figure out what that means.
Wasn't very helpful.
Well then, it's like, huh. What do you know? So, does this need to be attuned to?
As he turns around and starts walking into his giant tent, he throws his hands up in the air. He goes, "Yes, of course it does. Ow.
He's just gonna,
They're weird." He goes into his
He's-
tent and fucks off.
he's gonna attune to it then before.
Oh my god.
That's a
Okay.
bad idea.
No, it's an excellent idea.
Last time I attuned to something, you had me possessed. Twice.
I mean, I had fun. So attunement from Hodar with the staff of treats and dragon. What about the rest of you? Because Quirk is gonna go to bed.
After singing my lullaby with a pan flute, I'm gonna go take a rest in the tree.
Okay. Ira, you finished cooking. What are you gonna do?
After that, she's doing her late night prayers and she goes to sleep.
The tree is awakened, by the way.
I've
It
slept
can.
on tree ants before.
It can. I just imagine the tree ants grow slowly around. Free.
Basically,
They
if,
make-
if
they-
a person with ill intent towards our party steps into the grove, it will start moving towards it and
I
try
just-
and get it out of here.
I just fucking imagine Free wants a blanket. The tree just makes additional bark. But
I pad the tree. I don't
So, yeah.
have a blanket.
everybody takes a rest, and Holdhard, you're kind of left alone by yourself as everybody retired, waiting for an hour, holding the staff. Roll me an insight and a perception check as you're doing so. As the fire is still warm, there's plenty of firewood. The winds are calm. The sky is plentiful of stars. No moon to be seen. That's an insight?
One.
Apparently.
And roll me a perception check.
How much time has passed so far since Quirk went into the tent?
Jesus fuck.
About
I am terrible today, guys. I am sorry.
Oh my
If it's
god.
been more than 10 minutes,
Yeah,
he's
it's-
chilling inside the tent, inside of Liam's tiny hut.
He's just gonna summon the puppet.
Yep. So you go inside the tent, and then there's immediately a bubble in a tent.
The fact
The
that you
tent is for presentation purposes only, by the way, in case nobody's picked up on that.
yeah, I just imagine you go inside the tiny hut. It's literally the same as the outside.
Yep.
Uh,
You nailed it.
oh boy. So, yeah, it's warm, hold art by the fire in this unknown land. While you attune to the stab given you by a random individual you met just less than 12 hours ago. As an hour passes, uh, the staff is made of a singular long branch, and you can identify it by just using your passive investigation as one of the oaks that grow in the Feywild. Usually, you can't tear apart like snap twigs or tree branches that large without special permission. Uh, which means either you are holding something that is illegal or something that was created by some powerful entity that it didn't need to even ask for permission to begin with. And at the end of the staff, it was literally just a just the edge. Like there's no endorments, no nothing. But as soon as you finish the cast, a sudden spark appears at the end, like somebody just got a bunch of crackers, like firecrackers, lit up at the edge, and you see a small little dome form in it, and inside the dome starts to manifest treats wrapped in parchment papers. As you suddenly start to hear stepping on the grass. Like somebody's running, not running, but like prancing around in the grass behind you, followed by a sudden laughter of a girl? What would you like to do, Hodar?
He's going to turn his head towards the sound.
Okay. So what you basically see is maybe a girl, looks very youngish, maybe late teens, just running around the fields, maybe 20 feet across you. She's maybe 4 foot tall, but her hair is maybe like 16 feet long, all golden, and she just runs around. The hair are pulled by her but never go down, always maintain some sort of levitation, and it emits this shining golden light. She just gracefully prances around closed with closed eyes and just laughing to herself.
Creepy but cute.
This is some SCP level.
Containment level heater. So hold on, what do you want to do?
Going to be very cautious and just make sure she's not doing anything bad. No, she's frolicking.
She's lollygagging.
Yeah. Not sure what to he's not sure what to make of this at all.
There you go.
He's probably going to try and see how he could get this candy out of the staff.
Uh-huh. So you start to uh poke the thing and try to get the stuff out. As immediately, like as you focus the staff, immediately uh like mm, slightly tanned skin just immediately grabs the staff, and you realize that this is the hand of the girls. As you look around, she's like literally a few inches up to your face, but she's focusing on the staff, and she kind of just shakes it like with a single snap. She just like waves the staff, and one of the treats come out of the bubble and just into the ground. And she just says, without looking at you, "That's how you do it, silly."
Oh, and after say, "Oh, thank you. Um, do you happen to have a name?"
Mm, names are stupid. I am multiple things. As she starts to just jump around the campfire, her bare feet touching the hot flames and cold, but she does not flinch nor react. Interestingly enough, there's no trampling or footprints that leaves behind, nor there's like coal markings left by her stepping on it. As she basically wanders around the campfire, and you're basically engulfed by her golden hair. Like
Would
like
I have read anything about something
roll me a
like
history
this?
with advantage. Oh my fucking
27, not 20.
oh
Ooh.
oh. So oh so uh well, how do I say this? Uh uh there is many mythos, even in the Feywild, where the thing about the Feywild is the mytho of itself. About the daughters of the goddess of joy, Liara. About being extremely powerful, extremely painful, extremely playful, and almost not having a care in the world about their surroundings. For they only care about themselves. Additional thing, because you rolled so high, it is very easy to make one of the children of the goddess as your companion or a friend, but it's a lot more easier to make one your enemy or foe. And she just kind of eventually just does like a good 10 rounds around the campfire and just starts going off the fields again, and eventually the hare follow.
She's going to say follow to me?
No. She just
No.
no.
Oh.
The hare follow from her because the hare is like 16 to 20 feet long, and they kind of like levitate. You don't get the feeling of gravity pull, so they just kind of in the air, and they basically eventually she leaves, and after a few moments, the hare follow.
Harry's playing Snake.
Well,
Yeah, pretty much.
that was definitely a new experience. I'll have to keep an eye on that. So, and with that, he's gonna do a little bit of patrolling before seeing if anybody's going to make a.
Congratulations,
Come on.
you have a magical child Rapunzel following you.
Yeah, so
So after a bit, he's going to take the first watch, assuming that
okay.
that's what we're doing.
If you want to do robbing perception. Give me a second.
25.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Fuck.
You know, for a half second, I thought it was going to be like the kid that was annoying Lecter at the beginning of the campaign.
Oh,
That's
you
okay.
fucking wish.
No,
Yeah.
that's immediately what I saw.
Yeah. Oh my god, you got SCP. Fuck you, Ira. Fuck. I love you, but fuck you, Ira. So it's calm, it's peaceful, the fire keeps going, and you just kind of navigate as the child just carelessly wanders the thing around. And what you realize is that her hair, besides being golden, also emits some sort of a glowing light. Like it's glowing just slightly that you can see the glow in the dark, but not enough to actually make any sort of major lighting. And by the end of your watch of 2 hours, you see uh, you see your companion, I guess, grab the golden mice just out of the plains as she starts just grabbed by both hands and just starts swirling around and petting it. She doesn't say anything. She just kind of like imagine a overly hyped up, sugar-induced little girl just furiously petting and rubbing a mouse, and the mouse doesn't do anything.
We had adopted a pet and a child at the same day.
Zerka.
Two pets.
And so the collecting begins.
No, oh no. But yeah,
We'll see how
two
that
hours
works, but-
pass, and what would you like to do?
I assume that's. See if is there anybody else here who wants to do more shift, or should I go a little bit longer?
I mean, nobody told you to wake them up, so you can try and wake one of them up to be like, "Yeah, you up? What's good?"
You know what? He's probably just gonna fly up to the tree and just sleep. If anything bad happens within the grove perimeters, the tree should wake him up.
Oh my god. So, time goes on as all of you take a restful sleep. Quite opposite of what you suffered last day. As you wake up to slightly shivering cold, Ira. Because you kind of slept on a tree. So, yeah, there's... the first thing you feel is warmth and cold mixing somewhere in the middle between your, like, where the bedroll ends. And then you feel a lot of moist coming from the early morning meadows. As you look around, just from the vicinity, and you see it's it's still dark. There's some light, and a few feet above ground, it's just mist.
Misty mountains. No.
Yeah. So, Free, you also wake up eventually. So does Quirk, and eventually, after some time, Hodar. You're greeted by the morning of just mist. But you also, Hodar, in the misty environment, you just see maybe 20, 25 feet away from the tree, the girl, or at least her hair, going somewhere. So yeah, what would you like to do? Because it's morning, it's early morning. Let's go.
Is the fire put out?
Yeah, the fire is nothing but the black coal and nothing else. Well, not coal, but
Bree is stretching and she is comfy. She is used to cold days and cold mornings, whatever it is. She used to
Yeah.
live in the woods.
Yeah, I will restart the fire.
Oh, who else
What?
had a very good night's sleep?
Why the fuck? The first thing when you said that, I just imagine you literally go to the fire. There's like a single button that says restart. You press it and the fire.
Off again.
That'd be
Off,
fun.
off and on again.
Yeah, but yeah, it takes.
Try turning it off and on again.
But yeah, it takes a few moments, and with the spells, you do, like with the cantrips, you do manage to set the fire back, and the mist slowly subsides in the surrounding area of the campfire. Quirk, what are you gonna do as you wake up, quite energetic, quite youthful? The back.
Climb out of my satin bedroll, throw on my grayish suit, get myself looking good, prestidigitate the gray back out of my hair.
Interesting thing about that hair though. Yes, you had quite a bit of gray hairs, but now you look upon, there's still gray hairs, but there's also youthful hairs. Your 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 hairs that's been, like, you haven't seen maybe 2 decades ago, you know, when you were in your prime.
He takes a little extra time today preening himself in the mirror, his little pocket mirror, like, oh wow, okay, yeah, so my hairline hasn't looked that good in a couple of decades. You know, something definitely is going on here, but I'm not going to argue about it because I like this.
So
Baby hair.
uh so yeah, Kirk, Holdar, you gonna do anything? You wanna tell anybody? Oh yeah, also the rest of you, there's just you, the companions, and the tree that is guarding the grove, and nothing else.
I think he's gonna go over to Quirk's like, you were right about the staff. Seems to be a interesting effect that comes along with it.
Curiosity got the better of you, huh? Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. Well, good luck with that. Whoever
So far,
designed that, interesting individual with strange tastes, but I can see the combat value in that.
of course.
I'm looking at these rat memes, and some of them are actually kind of cute.
Quirk is saying this as he's like intermittently going through the process of chanting the ritual to create an unseen servant because he's way too lazy to take his tent down himself.
Fair. Oh my god. Did you say pasta? Okay, so yeah. It's pretty alright overall. Chillin'. So, what's the plan?
Well, breakfast first.
Uh-huh.
And the warming up.
What could I use for breakfast?
Interestingly enough, right? This fact comes upon as you're starting to make breakfast and you see one additional entity by the campfire. The golden mice.
Oh, hello, you. You know, you could just ask for a separate plate. Well, theoretically speaking. I'm gonna start making boar bacon, and I'm gonna have, and I'm gonna make it.
Bacon.
You know, I'm gonna try and make it softer. You know, a good morning taste. You know,
Borken.
Borkin. There you go. Borkin.
Swedish chef. Borken.
Oh no.
Pork.
Don't overdo it.
Okay, sorry. I just look. I found that Swedish chef funny. Okay.
Okay, so now
Really
come.
Swedish, but okay.
So roll me. No, you rolled in the muse, didn't you?
Oh wait, no, I didn't. No, I didn't roll it actually yet. My usual bullshit. Actually, I could give myself the additional roll, but I'll restrain myself. Okay, so that was. I think that's 20. That's 24. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the mice just patiently just stays in a specific spot and waits. Everybody's coming back. So when the bacon is being complete, Hodar, you just immediately see the girl trample over and like pass you towards the fire, and she just kind of snatches 2 pieces of bacon. Free. You basically see all of a sudden 2 out of multiple pieces of bacon are just gone.
I look at the mouse.
The mouse is still there.
Huh. Shake my head, and once the bacon is done, I give everyone, including the mouse, a piece of bacon.
Okay.
Well, a few pieces of bacon each. Wait, is Quirk there?
One bacon.
Yeah, Quirk is around.
Wait
He's
a second. I look at Ira. Wait a second. You don't eat meat, do you? Do you?
I eat meat.
Okay, just making sure. For some reason, I had this weird memory. Never mind.
No problem.
So Quirk was there. Everyone's there. Good. Let's just enjoy this bacon.
Yeah, Quirk has created an unseen servant and told them to take down his tent and pack everything away into the bag of holding for him.
As one such as you do.
Mm-hmm.
These hands are way too pretty for hard labor, you know.
Let's see.
Free, you know, I'm not normally one to boast, but you know, this hairline thing that you guys were talking about yesterday, you saying I was looking a little better? Well, I got to admit, I mean, whew. Just look at all this hair. I haven't had this much hair in 20 years. This is great.
So
What's going on with that though?
So
How old are you?
He seems kind of hesitant to say.
Just
Oh, I'm
saying that.
68
Just
years
saying that.
old.
You're what?
I'm 68 years old.
Not gonna lie, you look like you're in your 30s or 20s, depending on
No,
how you
though,
look at
right?
it.
Look at this. This is great.
Interestingly enough, where's Lester Quirk?
Oh, so you know how one would strut around as though they were carrying a glorious pimp cane?
Uh-huh.
That is basically all Quirk does now. He's
All of a sudden you feel a sudden vibration from the cane as you step out and ask. No, like a like a hum that slowly but surely escalates and de-escalates.
Something like that. Sounds like a-
Essentially.
Okay.
Somebody's calling you.
Hold on. You basically see that that makes your child companion pay attention, and she approaches the staff, and quirk to the point, the staff starts to vibrate that it's like starts to make you nauseous.
Power drill.
You can use it as a jackhammer now.
Yeah, camera. Yeah.
Lest I'm getting the feeling you're trying to tell me something, buddy. What's going on here? Whoa, seriously though, you're upsetting my stomach. What's going on here?
Hold on, you want to intervene?
I'm looking at him. Is something wrong? Quack?
Oh, yeah, I'm not really entirely sure what's going on here. I think Lester's having a moment.
Do you need some help?
Okay.
I think Ken is awake. Shit.
No.
What?
Oh,
Okay, he's there.
did you hear what I said?
No.
Oh my god. So hold on.
I just got back.
Oh, so Quirk has a cane that is now vibrating, and the vibration correlates to the amount of distance the cane is from your child companion. And now he's very close observing it as the cane is like vibrating to the point that you see Quirk is not looking too good as it's like vibrating through his entire body.
And he's trying to like back up and put some space between, like got his hand out, like step back. Get the step in. You're crowding this space over here, honey. Back up.
He's just having a nice little chuckle is what's going on.
So you gotta step back, Quirk?
He's gonna try to.
Okay. You see Hodart. You see Hodart that the girl just kind of, as soon as Quirk steps back, she kind of grabs the cane, and all of a sudden, Quirk, you just hear a sudden whoop as you feel a sudden force pulling the cane away from you. What are you gonna do?
Oh, she's trying to take the cane away from me?
Yes.
Oh, I've got a perfect solution to this. Let me make sure this spell does what I want it to do.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I need her to make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
I highly advise against that. You don't want this one as your foe.
Don't you like need a visual target, because she's invisible to all of you, except for Hodart.
I don't need a target.
Okay.
And I don't really know exactly what's going on here.
Okay, so she needs to roll a Constitution.
Yep.
What's the DC?
DC 18.
Okay, so maybe there's a chance you're gonna succeed.
God damn.
Nope, she passes. Oh wait, with disadvantage. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's at disadvantage.
Oh god, shit.
No.
Yeah, she fails.
All right, telekinesis, and I just push her away from me. I push the whole region away from me. Stay the fuck back.
Hold her. How quickly you can push people away?
Well, it's as an action, and it's up to 30 feet.
Hold on, you see the girl go fucking flying hundreds of feet immediately, and you hear, yeah, you exactly, exactly, and yeah.
How fast?
You basically assume she's maybe like more than half a mile away in the few first seconds.
Now, Ratus, I want to point out, my first choice was to go with a pulse wave spell, which would have been very damaging. My second choice was to use telekinesis, which does not do damage.
Yeah.
Initially.
So
you know.
so she just goes. You just basically it's essentially Team Rocket because you see. Like no, you literally see her go. You turn your head, and in the just the like before you turn your head, you just see her fucking hair, and you hear the echoing wee.
He's like,
yeah, Quirk.
I
Quirk.
really hope she enjoyed that and isn't going to get too mad about it.
As you see, Quirk, as soon as you do that, the telekinesis, the staff just immediately just goes like completely stops vibrating, just halts.
And I hold Lester up and I look at him and I'm like, so are we good, buddy?
As entertaining as that is, you may want to refrain, especially from this particular type of entity. Not one you want to make mad.
Hey, it needs to listen when I say to give me my personal space. The next time that it tries to do that, I will not be as nice.
Well, it was nice knowing you then.
Fair enough.
Oh my god.
Quirk, didn't we have a conversation about entities recently? I'm not sure what's going on, but can I get a small explanation?
Oh, there's this particular Fey spirit that is apparently comes with this staff, and currently apparently made that cane he's got there go off. I'm not sure what that cane does or why it goes off, but
Do you know anything about that entity?
oh yes, oh yes,
May I-
they're Fey. It's a Fey creature, or it's a Fey.
All right.
And it was from, and correct me, brain is still trying to wake up. What exactly was it again?
It was theoretically by the mythos. If it is correct, and you're most certainly it is correct. It is one of the daughters or children of Lyra, which are the goddess of joy.
Yes, that's a
Do you
yeah.
tell me that.
Yes.
She kind of chokes on her bacon. Lyra, really? That's the goddess I pray to. Well, revere, honestly. I don't much pray as I much frolic and like.
Oh,
Well, I think about her, I guess.
oh. Speaking of frolic, she seems to be very, very keen on frolicking about.
I mean, Lyra is all about fun and enjoyment.
Isn't this
Pleasure.
bad? Should we go look for her?
I mean,
If nothing happened to her?
was she harmed?
You look
Looks
back
like she
into
just
the
got
sky.
shoved. She went off that way up in the sky, just quite a few quite a ways. So
Yeah, you basically don't.
hopefully she's okay.
Here's the thing: you saw her go off in a specific straight line into the sky, and you saw her like hair. Once you look back to talk, look back, she was gone in the fucking sky. You don't know if she landed or she's still going.
You beat me to it. I was actually gonna go for Team Rocket Blast off again. Dang it!
Did it a while ago.
Ah, shoot! I should have paid attention. Ah. Still perfect though.
So yeah, there you go.
Well, it definitely fits the type of staff that I just attuned to.
Just be nice, all right? I'm pretty sure they're just being playful.
Yeah, I'm still
They
trying to
might-
figure out exactly what's going on with this, and I hold up my staff. Like, I didn't really get much of a description with this one, and well, he doesn't respond very well to identification. But
What? What? What does the staff do? Did it do anything at all? Apart from vibrate, from what I can see, you still look a little sick. Are you alright?
God, the stomach's still a little upset. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what was going on there. See, he's a little less than direct. I couldn't tell if that was a good vibrate or a bad vibrate. I didn't really like it, so we just decided we'll put the kibosh on that for now.
I would hope it would be a good one, being as who that entity was.
Yeah, but see, my stomach didn't tend to agree. Not really sure though.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm assuming I'm feeling a little better.
Yeah. The vibration fades and you're just feeling a bit shaken,
Is
but nothing
this-
more.
Is this the only time that it did something like this, or?
Well, it's the first time I've done anything that direct.
To be fair, she was literally touching, right next to you, and touching said cane.
You know what? I got a couple of ideas that I want to try here. But
Correct.
Free, I feel like leaning into your wheelhouse a little bit here. You seem to be one of those types that, and at this point, he's reaching up into his sleeve and pulling out a little carved chest looking thing. As he's going, you seem like one of those types that's fairly proficient with the musical arts, right?
Yes.
All right, well, I got something I want you to try here for me. And poops out his secret chest, reaches in, pulls out a really nice looking violin, and goes, "Now this was a loan, okay? But if I'm correct, and I'm probably not. Just try this. See if you can get a bead on Lester here."
Okay.
All right, but first I am going to practice a bit. I haven't ever played with a violin before.
The thing needs attunement, so
So if you allow me, I'm just going to practice a bit on my free time.
Yeah,
All right.
fair enough. We
okay.
can work on that.
Are you gonna do it now? Try to do this, or are you gonna do it later?
I want to attune without the magic, if you know what I'm saying, because
Uh,
as real people, we have to attune to our little
Yeah.
sound and stuff.
so to describe this whole fucking thing, it's a normal looking violin, but the bow is made of pure flame. The string, at least. And you feel its heat. You feel its this just burning, scalding heat, but it doesn't go beyond that. It's like on the very precipice of hurting you. You touch it.
I love how I have resistance to fire.
True. So
My wing glow flares up a bit. Ooh, I like this already. Do you know what it does? It seems more magical. I believe you would have identified it already, right?
Oh yeah, no, I identified that a long time ago. As I recall, it was something along the lines of the violin of the maker or something like that. It's a mind reading sort of thing.
All right. Let's see. Let's try this out. I finished up my bacon, wiped my hands, you know, be a little tidy. Don't want to spoil the steam.
So while she's attuning, what the rest of you doing? Also, Quirk, when she's gonna use it against Lester, are you gonna actually hold it, or are you gonna put it on?
Well, while she's attuning to it, I'm gonna try one other thing. So I had two ideas.
So okay, before you do that, Hodar, Ira, anything?
Ira will say to the others around right now that uh, I think I will go and check up on Griselda. I'm a bit worried that she's slept
No, she's
this long.
awake, but I'm not doing anything for her. She's just eating.
Ah,
You
she's
you
awake.
can
Okay.
you've been around her long enough. You know what exactly she's fucking doing. She's either sleeping or trying to find someone. There's
Okay,
no in
yeah.
between.
Good.
Good.
I imagine she's just punching a tree with her one good hand.
She's squaring
Not
up.
the awakened tree.
Yeah, she's
No.
squaring. She's squaring up against the awakened tree.
Or like a rock or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would like that idea. Punch a tree. Wait, the tree moves. Punch it again.
I just imagine you're all just having this wholesome moment. The camera pans to Griselda. She's fighting the growth tree. There's a health bar.
At one point, the awakened tree uses slam.
Yeah. You're just having a normal discussion. In the background, you just see fucking Griselda fly across the background. But besides that, Ira, Hodar, what are you gonna do?
I want to ask Quark something, but Quark can go do something first.
Oh
Okay.
no, feel free.
Okay, then she will do that. Quark, might you be able to translate something for me?
Sure, what you need.
You know, his name, Hodart, Hodart's tomes. Could you translate a section of one of the pages of the tomes? I have a hard time reading it.
You hear how this? If it's languages you need to have translated, I know every single one of them. I can be happy to translate to them for you.
You can? Thank you.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was actually trying to see if I could give you the ability to do that yourself, but unfortunately, that magic doesn't exactly work that way, which is
Yeah.
a little odd. But
It's one of the perks of being a proxy of Denier, the god of knowledge and glyphs.
that is very good to know. I mean, I have a little bit of a similar sort of trick. And then he waves his hand over his forehead. You see for a brief instant a third eye appear as he changes it from see invisibility over to dark vision, and it fades back away. But mine's magical cheating, if you will.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely one way to do it. But yes, I can and will translate anything for you that you show desire.
Master translator. Okay, so Quirk, what's the idea?
So this was going to get a little silly here. Telepathic bond. All of us and Lester, if Lester chooses to be a willing creature, quote unquote. Trying to bend the rules a little bit.
Everybody accepts. If they accept
What? Except what? What?
it, a bond, like with the rest of the people, because somebody might just not.
I'm casting telepathic bond at 5th level.
I'm okay with it. I'm just doing my thing on the side.
I'm gonna say, what? What? What's going on?
Ira accepts. Accept.
Gotta see if this works. Not gonna lie, bending the rules of magic a little bit here, but let's go with it.
Creatures supercharged.
Interestingly enough, you find it's just an item. It doesn't have the capability. It denies. It denies. And you know that fucking thing when somebody's like, you ask a simple question and they have this more intimidating response, like, hey, you want some drink? No. And there's that response just kind of echoes the wrong way. Like it's like it's weird because it's not like yes or no, it's like a emotional no.
Duly noted. He's like looking at Lester. He's like, okay, so probably a little bit too public then, I'm guessing. All right, fair.
Okay. So, free attunement.
I currently roll. Was the tune at least a practice tune going well?
Yeah. But you still need to magically attune to it to use it.
Tuning.
Yeah. So
Let's see.
free, as you start to tune to the thing, you start to see visions.
Whoa.
Yeah. You start to see visions of prior people who used it. The very first man who used it made it in his own workshop, the thing, and enchanted the string. He did a lot of performances, became famous, but eventually people start to hate him and you don't know the reason why. And with this violin, he made about a whole stage of about a few hundred individuals commit consecutive suicide.
Oh. Oh dear.
Then another vision comes of a young girl who found the violin buried deep under a tree and became very good at practice, and the same thing follows of her becoming incredibly famous, but then she becomes sad and eventually ends her own life. And then comes the third vision of a very cheerful Loxodon taking it and practicing it, but playing for himself and occasionally small crowds. And eventually you feel the violin getting tossed deep into the water, forgotten forever, until eventually it starts getting lifted up. But in its hands is no longer the Loxodon, but a creature of wood, stone, and metal.
Oh.
You see him sailing in a massive ship, bearing markings unknown, with a handful of companions. One of them being Quirk. And you sense a sudden fit of rage as he tosses away the violin, and his final fleeting moments is against a tabaxi as he uses some sort of magic to obliterate his head off the shoulders. And your attunement is complete.
As I hold the violin, the bow in one hand and the other being held under my chin, I look at Quirk. A Loxodon turn wood, stone, and metal. In a sort of construct. Ring any bells, Quirk?
Wood, stone, and metal. Oh yeah, that sounds a lot like the guy that I was working for a little bit on a boat who I stole that from.
Fit of rage, somebody's head exploding. Elaborate on that, please.
So I'm a little foggy on the details there, but we went to this place in the middle of it was some island over in some archipelago kind of deal, and like we got to land, and the captain and this like metal, well, like wood dude who I was working for, they went on shore. They talked with some people for a little bit, and then I'm not exactly sure why, but dude just went on a tirade, started killing a whole bunch of people. Captain got involved too. I watched the Synaxes head explode. That was pretty good. And I decided I didn't want to be there anymore. Things were getting a little too heavy for me. Figured it'd be a good idea to grab some stuff for the road, take my pay, make sure that, everything stayed. 'Cause, he hadn't paid me yet. And I didn't exactly expect he was going to survive that. And I left.
All right. So, this violin has been through a lot.
What was the
Many
name of that
deaths.
place? What was the name of it? Green something? Oh, something like that.
Well, as I was going to say, this violin has seen death unlike any instrument I've ever known. Oh boy. From a whole concert's worth of people getting into a collective suicide to a little girl ending her life after some amount of fame to finally that Luxodon turn construct and then you.
Now that I think about it, that construct guy, and he reaches back into his chest and he pulls out a little bag of something, reaches into it, pulls something else out, puts the bag away. He was really on about these things. And he holds up this little, like, silvery metal chit looking thing. Not exactly sure what it was about. Had something to do with where he came from.
That's so? I'm good. Do you mind if I take a look at that?
Fair, but that's also a loaner. That's not for keeps.
No.
I mean, you recognize that this is a platinum chip. You were handed similar ones at the beginning of your stay in the city as your payment for delivering the amulet. And this is usually used because it's much more expensive than gold. It's usually used to buying single valuable items. Because one platinum chip is equivalent to like 150 gold pieces. And it has very wavy shape. It doesn't have any like sigils and identifications like usual gold or silver coins. It's a very peculiar shape. But
it's just a platinum piece.
Yeah,
Platinum
that's
chip.
I think the word that he used. That's the word it was. He was a member of the Platinum Seas. Whatever the
Platinum seas?
Yeah, I don't know, some sort
So
of
sweet. That
group or
sounds
something.
weird. I couldn't imagine anybody swimming in that. Unless you break your neck.
Yeah, honestly, that doesn't sound pleasant.
Hold on.
Hey,
Roll me a history check with advantage.
Who?
Me?
Yeah.
Going back around.
Because you know a lot of stuff. You read a lot. Maybe you remember something about this. Ooh.
In fairness, Plucky's a pretty worldly man, and as far as I understand it, they're a pretty big organization. He probably knows about them, but I'm gonna just say not so much.
Plucky or Quirk?
Oh my god.
27.
Sorry, I fucked that one up.
Natural 20 again.
So you know of the organization of the Platinum Seas as one of many mediocrities in the material planes. But this one is dominant in its own world. Most infamous for its scorched line incident that basically rendered a quite substantial part of their content unlivable. As there is now a permanent scar that causes people to go insane if they step foot into the scar. That's how much you know about it.
Yeah. Oh, those people. That organization that caused that nasty scar. Oh, am I on this plane of existence? Oh, well, that would explain a lot of things. Oh, I'd like to.
Ah,
Yeah, I would like to be at one of their libraries, though. The information that's locked away there is quite interesting. Would be quite interesting and helpful for me.
So,
huh.
Bree, your
Doggo.
yeah.
Sorry about that.
So, Bree, you got your attunement done. The violin feels warm and light, but the strings feel heavy and with purpose. What would you like to do?
So, Quirk, what did you have in mind when you passed me this? Quirk?
Him.
Hello?
I think he is away. And I think we're gonna have to call it soon, cause no, it's another session in an hour.
So, okay. So I'm just gonna ask this. Anybody want to do anything? Because if not, he's gonna start.
Oh my
playing
God.
around the violin.
Oh no,
Getting a better
Ira.
tempo.
Yes.
No. Knight, we're a bit of in a session. We're not playing Stellaris, so.
How did he? How did he get past the noise detector? Stop. No.
You know what?
I'll take that that platinum thing back now, if you don't mind.
Yeah. I give
So-
him
so-
back. I asked him. Now that I have this violin, what do you want to? What did you have in mind?
Well, so the telepathic bomb that I just cast was kind of a way to try to get a little bit more in contact with Lester here. I gave you that violin because I was sort of thinking maybe you could try to use it on it, but with the response that I got after trying to politely ask if Lester wanted to speak telepathically, I'm not entirely sure that that would be a prudent course of action. Um,
All right. Let's see. Do you mind if I hold on to this while we travel together?
For a little while, although I would like to politely ask that you do not use its powers on me in any moderate fashion. Or
I will not use it on any of my party members. All right?
Fair enough. Hopefully it comes to some sort of use, because yeah, it clearly didn't do its previous owner any good.
Honestly, I just want to play. I feel like playing a bit more violin than I usually do. Some thoughts could be heard. Is there a like a creature within inside that isn't currently known? Like
No.
somewhere I can see.
No, there's.
Oh.
I mean, rolling perception check.
Worms.
What is the thought process of a worm?
Nom 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 nom.
Diggy diggy hole.
Nom, nom,
All worms.
nom.
So yeah, by the way, this is gonna be the final thing, cause
Session?
session is in 50 minutes under one. And
Okay.
he will. So quickly roll, cause I actually gotta go for a bit.
Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah, you do find a small little creature. A flying one. God damn it. You find a small little tit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love how it's 11, 22, 33.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to concentrate my vision on it as I'm going to attempt to read the mind. Of
Uh-huh.
this.
You don't even need to roll anything, or I need to, because you automatically succeed. You get a sudden glimpse of its own perspective. Like it's looking at you as you sing, and you see that your eyes are fully bloodshot red, even though you don't have that usually. And all of a sudden, you suddenly feel something intensely pulsing out, and you snap back to your own vision as you all see, with a sudden pop, the tit explodes.
Oh, oh dear.
What exploded?
This. He was trying to read the minds of this.
Yes.
I was trying. I was trying to read the mind of that little bird over there, but as soon as I did, it exploded. Quite a good thing we didn't read into the mind of your staff.
Prudency, not entirely. We're mixing a lot of really high magic here, because yeah, that violin resonated with some pretty tough stuff. And Lester here, like he didn't. I don't know if it's that he's so powerful that he doesn't respond to unidentified, or if something else is going on there to block it. But I get nothing, and that's weird because most things usually come back with something.
Are you sure you never had any sort of communication beforehand? This feels odd from a staff that gives you that is like not verbal, but you know what I'm saying.
There was some sort of request to pray to Illyra or Lyra, someone like
Oh,
that. But I ain't about to be mixing gods. I'm not entirely sure Saloon would like that.
hmm. Have you asked Saloon if it would be okay to attempt?
No, but I also have already asked her a couple of questions this week, and things tend to get a little muddled when you divine a little too deeply.
Hmm. All right. I mean, if it could help, I could attempt to pray to Lyra. Know the prayers. Would you call them that?
Yeah, but see, I'm not exactly trying to get rid of I don't know. I'm really attached to Lester. I don't, not entirely keen on giving him up.
You're not really giving him up, just per se. What do you want me to do with a golden stick?
Yeah, fair enough.
Honestly, I live comfortably enough as it is.
Okay, with that being said and done, I'm gonna go. I gotta go.
All right.
So
So let's end it here.
yeah. So if yeah, session 7. That's a wrap.
This was a pretty relaxed session.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So
I just loved when the little girl went.
you got exactly 20 seconds to say whatever the fuck you want before I'm shutting the stream down with no fucking survivors. Go.
Until 3 of us.
Little girl touches your walking cane, shoves.
A little over half the party will be
We're
back
blasting
in
off
less than
again.
an hour.
Bye bye, kitty.
Later.
Kaboom!